Am I framed okay? Okay.
You're framed perfectly.
All right.
You look great, Guido.
I look great. I'm 44.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's January 2nd, Guids.
January 2nd. A day that will live in infamy.
For what reason?
Because it's the day I was born.
We'll get that in a second, Guids. But filling in for Guido, for Poseidon Day is Guido, because Poseidon has fallen victim to SARS-CoV-2. I got the report right here, but he is fine. He's currently driving on his way back home, so you guys don't have to worry about him. Poseidon's fine. We'll get into everything that's been happening with the government here. I know you guys are upset, so am I. We'll talk about it in a second, but first, I want to welcome everybody to church. It's been 2 weeks, and you let this fucking province fall apart. So hello, everybody in the chat. We got Amelie, we got Nick, Melanie's here, Natalie, Legault's sister's here. She should be blowing her brother. PL is here, Jess Sorrell all the way from Australia, Shannon Lee from lovely Florida, Julian's here, our boy Jorge Rosales, Anik, Mademoiselle Mew, Joker's Magnet, Gary Atlas, the Belgian bomber, Pierre-Luc, who else we got here? Danica's here, I don't want to miss Danica. Alex is here, PXLS Helicopter in the chat. Caroline's here, Caroline maybe. Andrew, we got a lot of people here. Richard Kish, Herbigo, Anthony Peltier, alright. Jesus lui-même, the real Jesus is his.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus is here. So
Thank
we got
you.
a lot of people in the chat. This is the first time I'm streaming in multiple places on the Twitch and on the Facebook, because some people don't know how to access this. I said, fuck it. Let me go over there. Mark Chabot is here. Mark Chabot keeping it gangster.
Hello, everybody.
Guido here on his birthday.
It is my birthday. It is indeed my birthday, but I just...
Insane Mo and Jesse Jelina. What's up?
What kind of filthy places does Poseidon hang out in that he...
Look, how many, 99% of the province right now has been infected, so it's not him. It's not just, everyone's getting
I think he literally just went shopping or went to put gas in his car or something.
It was a benign thing. So, but Poseidon's going to be fine, guys. He is, like I said, he's driving. He's going to do another test tomorrow because he's feeling better, just to see where he stands with that.
He might deflate. He might actually deflate a little bit.
He might deflate. Yeah, they keep poking at him. Gabe says, Guido, the Tom Green interview, the OG interview, he found that one.
Yeah,
He sent it to me. That's why I sent it to you.
Capes is, as they say, a mensch. My God, I actually forgot about this. I can't believe I had a conversation with Norm MacDonald on the air before any of this even happened, and I forgot about it. What the hell's the matter with me?
By the way, Pierre-Luc just dropped $5 in Super Chat, wishing us all a happy New Year, including Poseidon.
Thank you,
So
Pierre-Luc.
he's being very friendly. Let me see here. Mullet the Prance. One of my favorite names in here is Mullet. So Joker's saying, what kind of a Hoosier, what kind of a loser, can't understand how to connect to YouTube? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I have to explain to people, use your Gmail, sign in, because Google owns YouTube, and yeah, people...
and for the record, we're double testing here. Guido literally just got back from a pharmacy.
Yeah, an hour ago I had a Q-tip up my nose.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. I don't want to get people sick. Plus,
now,
my folks are old too,
I think, Guides, before we get started with all the funny news, I can't sit here and ignore what happened in Quebec this week that everyone's been talking about. It does need to be addressed. So I'm going to go ahead and address fast for all of you who have questions. Obviously, I'm against the goddamn curfew. It's unscientific and it is stupid.
And unsurprising.
It's unsurprising. Now, if you're wondering how and why it got to this point, people are going to be pissed when I read this shit out. So the reason why this is happening is because our hospitalization has now surpassed, as of today, over 1,200 people in the ICUs. And you're wondering that 0.something% of the population, why is that a big problem? I'll tell you why it's a big problem. Because our hospitals are so fucked for years. Before SARS-CoV-2, whatever you want to call it, they've been screwed up, and the nurses and the doctors have been complaining for years. It has nothing, the correlation is not because of this that this is happening. It's because they've been fucked for years, okay? This is just amplifying the situation.
Correct. Just because our system stinks.
Our system stinks. Now, the government decided to spend a lot of money this year and last year on advertising for COVID for people that were unaware that there was a global pandemic, right?
Advertising.
There's a lot of comedians that needed the extra 30, 40 Gs to appear in those commercials. Instead of doing... no, in general, they did French, English. But instead of putting the right money to invest in people so that our system, our healthcare system could be better, right? We're out of people.
No, we got commercials saying, let's do this together.
Yeah, I also read something where they want to inject $1 billion into the network, and the money's going to be given out as lump sums between $12,000 to $15,000 for new staff, including those working part-time that became full-time, and those returning to the public system after having left. Nothing about the people that were currently in it throughout this whole thing to get the same amount.
No, the retired ones are coming back.
Anyways, so a couple of things. Number one, Legault with the fucking curfew, who then said you can't even take your dog out walking. And he's getting backlash for that. Now, there are imbeciles online who are for it, who are for the curfew. They think this helps. It does not help anything. I'll tell you why he did it so you guys can understand. He's assuming people in general, healthcare workers, people that are voting, people that are looking on Twitter, YouTube, are as dumb as his base. That's what he thinks. So he dropped the ball on the healthcare system. He dropped it. He had 2 years to try to do something. Did dick. He fucked up.
We're like the only place in Canada doing this right now.
We knew it was coming. What he's trying to demonstrate is, no. I take the healthcare system. I take it so seriously. I'm willing to do this to help you guys, something that's not helping. But he's doing it to try to prove, look at how serious it is. I'm actually trying to help, where he didn't. He should have put the money where it needed to go, instead of us still talking about women wearing headscarves and teaching kids in class.
That's what we spoke about
spoke about a month ago.
Yeah.
So fuck off with this bullshit, okay? Yeah. I'm not playing this fucking game anymore. Now, if you guys want to know the numbers, this is why it's surprising right now. So the new cases that caused this thing to go over was the 15,845 positive tests. 12,476 of them were people who were already double jabbed.
Wow.
2,667 were people that were unvaccinated, or are, I guess, because this is recent, and 702 have received one, which is what made it scary for a lot of people, because they're like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
now everyone's vaccinated. Yeah, everyone's double vaccinated.
And we're still getting sick.
No one told you you're not going to get sick. Anyways. Those are the fucking numbers. That's what's happening right now. And I got these from CTV, by the way. CTV News.
So Bell Media.
Yeah, then they're trying to divide you still mentally, and so's the Prime Minister, with his calls going on TV in Quebec, saying that the unvaccinated are racist and misogynistic extremists. His words, not mine. This is a man who has worn blackface numerous times.
On Halloween.
On Halloween and off Halloween, apparently. He did it for he did it many times.
Many times.
Yeah, there's photos of it and him trying to apologize for it. He's calling people racist. This is the guy.
What is racist?
About it? Nothing, but they're trigger words. So they amplify people. They're like, oh, that guy must be racist. That's why he's not vaccinated.
Trending. Okay.
Yeah.
Trending words. That's sad.
Yeah.
Look, man, my restaurant took a beating. Just to give you one of the different industries. 1 week, do you know how many restaurants filled up their refrigerators for customers' Christmas parties and holiday parties that are now just either freezing their crap or throwing it away?
And he said that now they're going to be forcing businesses to close on Sundays, and he believes this will help the economy.
Okay. Yeah, where? I'm closed.
A lot of these idiots are repeating it and they're saying, yes, of course that'll work. No one's thinking anymore. No one's thinking. It's psychotic what's happening. No one's fucking, this is so fucking stupid. So he's just trying to draw attention away from his failures by doing this. But I don't think it's going to bode well. I think a lot of people are waking up to this.
Yeah.
And this is going to cause way more problems.
I don't know can it get worse? Don't say it, Guido. Don't say it. Because
that's what you said last time, and this is what happened.
It can get worse. It actually can get worse.
Anywho, I just wanted to address that shit off the top, because apparently we're not alled to talk about this stuff.
Look, on a lighter note, on New Year's Eve.
By the way, Jorge dropped $5 for you. He's saying Happy New Year, Guido. Happy birthday to you.
Jorge is great. I think if I'm not mistaken, I knew Jorge years ago.
He's a little sad that you fixed your tooth, though. The look was
you liked it better.
The look was badass. Yeah.
A lot of my last few customers before I closed on New Year's came from this network. That was really nice. And
employees of mine?
Listeners. And a few of them actually didn't even know what I looked like because they were listeners, not viewers, which was amazing. Lovely girl, forgot her name. She picked up
Thomas Hemmler. Just I gotta say, because he said he's getting mad about it. He goes, he's 3 times jabbed. He goes, he's in Switzerland, and he goes, I'm fed up of all this shit, man. The curfews, all this. And he's like, what do you want me to do? Which is what people are thinking too.
But what's happening in Switzerland? How are they doing?
The COVID story is becoming too annoying. I'm 3 times. I don't know. I guess for them, they're probably doing maybe not curfews. Maybe they're doing similar shit. They're just pissing people off.
Yeah, I feel like they would be what do you call it? Very strict over there, I think.
The Swiss, yeah, maybe. Anywho, that's why
there's a lot of holes in their cheese.
That's why I only wanted to address everything that happened this week since I was away, and you guys didn't see me last week at the top of the show, so we can move on to lighter things.
Yeah, like I was saying, I want to say hello to Manoli and bunch of people that came to the restaurant, pick up pizzas and stuff.
You had a lot of fans that come.
A lot
to
of fans came to the restaurant. It was really nice. That was really nice.
And we're building something good here. People, nice people.
I'm enjoying myself. Hey, no place I'd rather be on the day of my birth, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here.
Good Lord. Do I look almost 50? Shit, I look older, huh?
So Olga saw that a restaurant was firebombed in a Hansik yesterday. Was it your restaurant? No, it was not.
No. I'm not sure if that would happen if I would be grateful or not. No, I would actually be ungrateful because there's tenants living upstairs and that's dangerous. But otherwise, the guy probably did it to himself.
Oh, yeah, well, if he's smart.
You know
a lot of people are doing that now because they're like, well, I can't run my business. You're not letting me open.
Yeah.
You're not letting me serve people.
I know there's a lot of other incentives coming in. Apparently, it's like $6,000. They got even more stuff than the other ones I was talking to you about that I was looking into. There's more. They're just printing money, man. They're just going to print it. Print money.
Did you have the chance to watch any of the seasons of Cobra Kai?
I only watched like the first episode of the first one, and I liked that. What's his name? Metka, whatever his name is, the blonde guy. I like that the show revolved around him.
So, by the way, before I continue, Thomas says that there's no curfew there in Switzerland. We, the people, are the boss of the country, meaning we vote everything. And so basically, they're doing things the way we wish we would do things here.
Yeah, lovely Switzerland, Lake Luzerne, right? I've been there.
I'm jealous of that.
Yeah. I stood in Switzerland. There's a spot where you could stand on France, Switzerland, and Germany or something all at the same time. Near Zurich, in Granichen, where my family lives. That's probably where this guy might be. I don't know. Go see Luca Arber.
The ambiance is heavy. I get it, Thomas. The ambiance is heavy everywhere right now with this shit, but at least you have some freedoms. So Cobra Kai, I caught up. I watched the last season now, all of it.
They make Ralph Macchio a douchebag, huh?
In the last season, he's good
better.
again. He's better again. But it was so much fun. But I was saying, these kids need guns. Because they're street gangs, essentially. It's a karate group that's splintered into multiple street gangs in the neighborhood, and they just fight each other in the schools. If they want to be a real American school, one of them has to have a gun. It feels unrealistic now, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well written, though, huh?
Well, yeah, it's fun. It doesn't take itself. It does so many stupid things.
You could tell the writers are fans, like
of the 80s.
Of the 80s.
And they just fuck around.
They do well. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like his I remember the guy that said, put him in a body bag. He ended up actually dying in a body bag. Like
everybody, I guess if you die publicly,
they brought back a lot of jokes. Like they literally went really full detail.
They brought the guy from, I think, the Karate Kid 3, who was one of the bad guys.
Ponytail guy?
Yeah, they brought him back in this season.
Yeah, good for him.
He's a good actor.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
I totally never saw him again, but I remember him being really, really good.
Pierre-Luc, you don't have to watch the old Karate Kid movie to like Cobra Kai. It makes it more nostalgic if you've seen it.
You wanna know if they I guarantee you, if they're really detail oriented, that they actually put out a call to Hilary Swank.
Oh, but that's for the next Karate Kid.
It was still in the same universe with Mr. Miyagi. She's the next Karate Kid. Hilary Swank, there, $1 Million Baby, Oscar winner.
Maybe
she was in that.
Well, they took some weird liberties in the latest season. It's just fun. That's all it is. It's just a lot of mileage. If you take it too seriously, you're not gonna because it doesn't even take itself seriously. It does crazy shit. Like one of the guys, he's having PTSD flashbacks from Vietnam when they're making creme brulee for him in the morning. Like it's not working, the fire thing. He's having
a blowtorch. Okay.
It's a bit much though. Like everything triggers him.
Yeah, that guy never worked again, and then he came back here, huh?
Yeah, I've never seen him in anything else.
Yeah,
but he's very good. He's a good actor.
Yeah, man, he's got to be in his 70s. That guy.
He looks good for his age, though.
Yeah,
Like
he was like the last guest on Artie and Anthony.
Oh no, you're talking about two different people. You're talking about the Cobra Kai, the leader.
Yeah.
Chris, he's in. I'm talking about the ponytail guy.
Oh, you're talking about ponytail guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's 70. The ponytail guy. He must be in his 50s.
Oh shit! Then he was a kid back then.
But they were young, maybe 50, maybe 60s.
Yeah,
he looks young though. I don't know.
I watched No Time to Die yesterday.
Okay, how was that?
I had no time for it. It was okay.
That's the James Bond shit?
Yeah, it was okay. It's one of those movies you got to see in a theater. You got to pay attention to everything. And Freddie Mercury's the bad guy. It's okay.
Freddie Mercury's the bad guy?
Well, the guy who played him.
You mean
Rami Malek?
I like Rami Malek.
He's a good actor. He's a good actor. He did a very good bad guy James Bond. But then James Bond has a kid, and and he croaks at the end. And for a second, 007 is another agent, and then they switch it back to him. It was okay. It was just they just tied everything up and see you later. They're making a new James Bond. They're starting up the whole universe again.
I can honestly tell you, I have not watched James Bond since I think Pierce Brosnan. He was my last James Bond.
Yeah, and that's kind of a shame because one of the best James Bonds ever is Casino Royale.
Daniel Craig?
The first one.
I heard that it's good. It's just there's so many fucking movies.
You know what I realize it is?
Happy New Year, guys. Jeffrey LeBlanc has dropped $10 in Super Chat. He says, Happy New Year to you guys.
Awesome.
You don't know how much you make all my week so much better with all the different shows. 2022 hopefully will be better. Hopefully. Oh, a little update for the French, my French fans, for the mini tour before the big tour, basically all the rodage. Right now, until I get official word, we're going to wait for the 22nd, see if things open up, and we could still do it in Laval, do the 2 shows there to start the run. If not, I can't give another date yet because we don't know what's going to happen. So everyone just is going to get refunded, and then we'll figure out another day. You just have to get tickets again. It's the only way to do it fair. So we're just going to wait and then just refund, and then I can't book another date yet.
You got to follow.
If I don't know what date is available.
Correct.
So if it's going to be closed on 22nd, we're just going to do full refunds, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah. So you were saying Casino Royale.
I was saying Casino Royale is probably the best James Bond movie in many, many years because you probably watched the too many special effects, campy.
Yeah, it was a little campy.
The Casino Royale went a little dark. It was more like a Bourne Identity. And now, you know what I realize? This movie yesterday that I saw is the British version of Mission Impossible. That's all it is. It's exactly the same movie. Tom Cruise is the American James Bond. That's exactly what it is. Same crap.
So Shannon Lee says that a lot of the American comedians are in limbo as well. I know. A lot of my friends right south of the border are in a weird predicament. They might not have the situation I have. They'll go to other cities and everything's a little different. New York's up and down depending on the day.
How's Landau?
Landau's doing fine.
Yeah.
Landau's doing great, yeah. But he's also in Texas a lot too because of Crowder. So he's Texas is open. Claudio Capri is saying end of January, he thinks it's going to be 6 months that this is going to last. The reason why I don't think, look, you never know with this fucking Legault guy, but the reason why I don't think is because it's not justifiable to last that long. Because all the strategies he's making to hurt the businesses, to impose curfews, to not allow you to walk your dog, none of that actually helps the situation in the hospitals. So he's trying to avoid, he's like, look at how serious I take it. But it's not going to help. So at some point, the medical, basically nurses and doctors are going to fucking snap. Look, either you put money or stop doing this other shit.
Last year, everyone really didn't know what was going on. This time, people do.
Jess Sorrell is telling me to remind you that in Australia, the international border is open as of the 5th of next month.
So we're finally going to go on that date, huh?
So Julian is asking how many people saw the Rogan episode with Dr. Malone. I saw it. I fucking listened to it. I made time the last 2 days because they're fucking 3.5 hours. A lot of fucking crazy shit was said. It was a little bit unsettling. There was some stuff that was kind of reaffirmed that I had suspicions of. Other stuff I never even knew.
When, in a nutshell, what was
well, he's one of the guys that patented the mRNA vaccine. He's not saying don't take it or whatever. He was just saying for healthy people and people that already have it. If you already have natural immunity, the fact that they're forcing people to do it is a little. The fact that they're just applying that and they're not doing early treatments, which would have saved a lot of people, is troubling. So there's a lot, but I'm not going to say it because I'd rather you guys watch that episode and get it from the people themselves.
Has there been a lot of COVID deaths in this province?
So I don't know what Getter is, Shannon, but I heard about it today. And I'll get on it as well.
Getter?
Getter.
What is Getter?
It's like a new Twitter, I guess.
Getter.
Yeah. Because Twitter started just blocking everyone. They started just banning everyone. Because at first they were banning like what they would call extremists, but they were leaving jihadists. Like remember, I don't know if you ever saw this. There was a couple of, I think one was in Pakistan, one was in Turkey, dudes threatening to behead me. And that was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Poseidon were fucking making fun of them after.
Yeah, you have a nice William Wallace.
Yeah, because Twitter was leaving that up.
you were beheadings.
Yeah, they were going to behead. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were threatening to behead me and other Greeks and stuff like that. And I was laughing about it, but then I realized, like, oh, this is weird that they're allowing that, but then someone who's questioning the government on their policy, whatever, gets removed. I was like, that's fucking strange. And then other comedians had issues where there was legit kiddie porn on Twitter. And the comedian that called it out goes, the fuck is this, Twitter? You got to get this out. they got their account suspended.
Wow.
And they left the other one up. So they do weird shit.
So you can behead on Twitter, and maybe on Getter you can get head. Hey. Wow.
That's what happened.
I did some math in my head.
Anywho.
Okay, Getter.
So I'll take a look at it after. I don't know. Here's the other thing. They try to make a lot of clones of Twitter before, but they weren't as intuitive. It's kind of sucked. So I got on those sites and then I left. I never went back on them.
The future's in MySpace, bro.
Richard Kish, speaking of Trump, on Twitter, they've been sharing old Trump tweets, like even before he was president and stuff.
He was hilarious.
Bro, this fucking guy didn't. He stopped caring a long time ago. He stopped caring a long fucking time ago, but this guy doesn't give a fuck.
I don't know.
That's another thing. Don't fall for any of the cults. Just so you guys, in case anyone's on the fence, Biden, Trump, Trudeau, Boris Johnson, none of these people give a shit about you.
They really don't.
You have to keep that in mind. Don't fall for this cult shit of you have to agree with everyone in that party because you voted in that. They don't give a fuck.
Look, before the election, the Canadian Heritage Minister came into the restaurant, made an announcement, blah, blah, blah. She helped clear the table. She was doing... Haven't seen her since.
Yeah, of course.
She does that all the time. She goes, takes a picture with my folks, help everybody.
Didn't she say she would come on and do an interview on the Pantelis podcast?
Yeah, exactly.
And then radio silence.
No, I think she gave 300 people COVID. I think that's what she did. That's a fact.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. Legault is hilarious. He's so dumb. He gives us all content to make. Yeah, it's not about dumb. It's just ruining people's livelihoods now and scaring the shit out of people. And also trying to blame this. They're fucking people so much. They're telling people the reason why you don't have freedoms is because of the fucking 18% of adults that aren't vaccinated in the province. That's not true. That's not true. You're not going to trick me into hating my neighbor because it doesn't make any sense what the fuck you're saying.
Again, it's dividing.
Yeah,
which is divisive.
Because you're
dangerous.
Focused on other shit instead of realizing who's
what's interesting
shoving their fist up.
The guy before Legault was legit a doctor, Couillard. I wonder how he would have handled all this, but he's not there. Yeah, it's terrible. Where's our prime minister? Is he on vacation pretending to be in Ottawa?
He was in Quebec, I know, because that's where he was on a French show where he started calling people racist and misogynist.
In the last couple of days.
Yeah. Oh, Frank Belmont, welcome. We got a lot of people in the YouTube chat. The only one that I could see right now is the YouTube chat, just so we know, because I know we're at other places, but the other platforms, people don't really watch this shit on.
Belmont, the cigarette of Ontario.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, everyone smokes Belmonts in Ontario.
You know what other film I saw? Toy Story Quattro. I saw Toy Story 4.
I think I saw that one.
I put it on the background.
Is that where Michael Keaton is the stick?
Oh, Michael Keaton plays the retarded stick?
I think he's the
like
stick,
a fork,
or something like that. Anyway, that's the one with the fork.
Oh, yeah, with Keanu Reeves.
No, I'm sorry. Michael Keaton played Ken.
Oh, okay, no.
But that was a good movie.
Well, look, I don't know if it's a good or bad movie. It was definitely good. It's not a bad movie for what it is, a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
But very dark. I thought it was for kids.
Yeah.
So it was just playing on the background. I was fucking fixing shit in the house. And then I was like, yo, this is pretty fucking dark. There was a lot of weird, sad fucking moments for kids. I was like, this is a bit...
Yeah. They went there.
They went there, yeah.
Yeah, because they're all abandoned now. And then it becomes a love story, right? They go into an old
but they had a fork
antique store.
Basically a kid... Yeah, exactly. An antique store. A kid made a new toy. She took a plastic fork.
Like they do in preschool.
Yeah, that's what it was in preschool that she did it. And then I guess because it was not well made, it had like an extra chromosome. It was fucking
they made
out of it.
Yeah,
and I was like, Jesus Christ. No, it was all... I was like, this
is... there was also scary dolls in the antique store.
Yeah, ventriloquist dummies.
Yeah. I remember, and there was a couple of funny guys where, that's a couple of comedians doing the voices.
It was the Key and Peele guys.
That's it. That's it.
They were played two bears.
I like that movie. And then it becomes a love story between Woody and...
Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep.
Yeah, that's it.
Who lost her sheep.
Yeah, and her arm.
There we go.
This one got crazy.
You know that up till very recently, if you went to Disney World or Disneyland and you would scream out, the kid's coming or something like that, the Toy Story dummies would all fall to the ground.
Really?
That was actually kind of cool, but then too many people knew you could do that, so they were yelling it all the time.
And people were getting hurt.
And they kept falling. Yeah, or whatever. Kevin's coming or whatever it's called.
Happy New Year from Yano Costa. Happy New Year, buddy. Lots of health and success. Very nice.
Yeah, people always write the same thing. You notice health and happiness?
Everybody, because that's what everybody wants. They want you to be happy and healthy. That's all that fucking matters.
I remember. Yeah, happiness. Happiness used to be a thing. People used to be happy.
People are still getting happy. Though I don't have the numbers in front of me. I did check them out the other day. You were correct in your assessment about mental health last time. This is doing wondrous things to people's mental health.
Yeah.
We've destroyed people's mental health.
Yeah.
And I say we, I'm not part of the government. I'm against everything they're doing.
No, there are, for all non-intellectual listeners, there's a spike in suicides in this province that we don't talk about. Pantelis knows someone who was, a priest or a pastor of some kind. He says, I can't believe how many funerals I'm doing, not from COVID, but from suicides.
Yeah.
And these funeral homes have a lot of...
they're getting overworked too, which I
never thought. A lot of people are offing themselves. Yeah. So that's nice. Yeah, I wonder what's happening at our bridge.
What bridge?
The Woodbridge, Ontario. No, our Jacques Cart's, our what is it? What's our...
What about it?
Our suicide bridge.
If people are jumping. Yeah. Didn't they put nets?
Yeah, they think they did, actually.
Yeah, they put nets. So if you just get caught, you're like a big fish.
You know what I watched recently, just because I'm an 80s kid? Martin Riggs going on.
I was 20 in 2000, said that his cousin offed himself.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. When Mel Gibson goes to help the suicide jumper in Lethal Weapon 1 on the roof, and he says, this is the silly season. Everybody's doing this, but you don't want to do this. And then he's like, no, get away, get away. And then he handcuffs himself to the suicide jumper and jumps off the roof with him.
And I did receive a message I didn't think I was going to bring up, but one of our 2 Drink Minimum and Mike Ortuz's Good fans, sadly, she was young too. She was involved in an accident last week, and she passed away.
Oh, that's awful.
I was thinking of something to do for them this week. I don't know what, but it's been a fucking crazy year, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, she was in an accident?
Yeah. Heavy, huh?
That's yeah.
That's what it is. That's,
let's talk about something stupid.
There you go. This is why we're here, though. It's here to talk about the stupid shit. So that's why we're not gonna address the fucking curfew again. It was the last time I'm saying it. Also, one thing I gotta say about the curfew, I didn't know about the protest yesterday. People protested. There's like 30 people. Of course, there's gonna be 30 people if you don't let more people know.
So wait a second. They wanted to protest, but nobody knew about this protest?
I guess they knew, but I don't know how the fuck I never heard about it. Had I known, I could have advertised it.
So is there a protest happening tonight? You know what I did notice? Not one officer. Driving around, because I'd be driving home by 9:55 p.m.
Yeah.
I didn't see cops. I'm not saying there aren't cops or they're not working.
Look, I don't know.
I know that there was a shooting in this neighborhood recently.
And I apologized, and you keep bringing it up. Look, I don't know what the officers are going to do. They have a they're in a very weird situation. People hated them because of this past couple of years. Everything that happened, the cops were one of the enemies, right? Visually. So they have a chance now to side with the people and be like, look, I'm not enforcing this. Somebody's walking their fucking dog. If somebody's going to work, I don't give a shit. I'm not enforcing. This is crazy, right? Or they have the option to just go full bitch of the premier and just, what are you doing outside smoking? Here's a ticket. What are you doing? They have the chance to pick up their image.
You can kind of tell who's the shit disturber. Cops aren't stupid, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can tell.
They have a good chance now. Let's see. So Olga in the chat, Olga, old school Pantelis comedy fan, loves all the shows. Very good.
Olga, yeah.
Yeah. My mom said the following. She's 74. She said she can't believe she and other elderly people are spending their last years like this, isolated during a pandemic. Olga, you make a fucking fantastic point. A very, very, very good point. It is like animals in kennels, basically. It's like, they're gonna. Let's just.
Yeah, I have aunts that just sit in front of the TV watching the news all day long. Is that? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see any of my old aunts during this season. Usually I pass by the house, bring a panettone, say hello, Merry Christmas. I didn't. Absolutely right.
I'm going to bring this up because Francis wrote it, but we're going to change topic to something fun. Francis says during their Christmas party, his sister-in-law told him she lost 12 people that she knew this year from suicide. He was kind of shocked. Now, 2 weeks ago, we talked about this on another podcast. We brought it up on the intellectuals. Like I said, the people that I was speaking to that were telling me that they were freaking out about what was happening in the funeral homes.
Yeah.
So this is happening. It's just that we're not aware of it because these are statistics that they're not sharing on the news because it will go against the rest of the shit. They're saying how this is good for us. Lock yourself up. Don't talk to people.
That's the part that bothers me the most.
Yeah.
Is that it's the news is one-sided. It's I don't like sounding like a pessimistic conspiracy theorist. That's the problem.
No, the news. I even look at the Greek news and news here. They would say the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. They're reading from the same fucking script.
Theater.
It's theater. It's theater.
I don't like
no
it.
one wants to tell the truth because they're scared. No one wants to lose their job. They're just
Right.
What should I say?
I get it. They don't want to lose their job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I shop during the day, it's safe. But if I shop after 10 p.m., it's fucking dangerous. Okay, I'll say that.
Yeah, and I would go to the 24-hour supermarket on Côte de Neige just to not see people.
Yeah.
Just to go shop alone.
I've been to that pharmacy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That is where my story about the vagine creams comes from. You gotta come watch me live to watch that fucking story unfold.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Thanks to Patrick Lagacé to make sure we're all against each other. I don't know who Patrick Lagacé is, but I feel like I should know. I don't know who that is. Probably a politician. Not forgetting all the operations and treatments that are being put on hold. This is true.
Is there a nurse? Actually, there wouldn't be a nurse listening now because she'd be working because there's no.
I know a nurse who wasn't working because she's on vacation but they're probably going to call her in so she can't take full vacation because they're understaffed, man, and it's fucking crazy.
What about if
not only understaffed? I think that sometimes they don't even have enough spots. So even if they're enough,
right?
Let's say you have extra employees, you don't even have anywhere to put these people.
Well, when I had my first stint in the hospital in March, the emergency psych section was full. It was full. There was no beds. There was people in the hallway, and that was because people lost their minds. Yeah. So I wonder how it is now.
Let me ask you, how was it in the loony bin?
It was fun, actually. It was, you know what?
Are people outwardly crazy? Were a lot of people yelling and shit?
There was a few, and then there was a lot of mostly normal sounding people. There's a sort of freedom that if you can step back and enjoy for a second, be like, well, I'm allowed to be crazy now. So I could walk in a circle right now 5 times and no one will care. Because if ever there's a place to do it, it's now. So there's a you're
a monkey.
You could be kind of fun. It could be kind of fun. But yeah, there was a lot of people who were just waiting to be placed.
How do you mean?
Like they've been there 6 months and they're waiting for room and board somewhere through some,
government
social
system.
worker and something. Yeah, there was a lot of people like that where literally they have nowhere to go, and they're just waiting to be placed.
So they're not fucked in the head?
Well, they were, and because they got to get you. Usually, there's some kind of phone call or some kind of family member that puts you in there, and then their job is to just level you out. Sometimes misdiagnose you. They just got to level you out and put you back on the street. But if you don't have a place to go, it's kind of the province's responsibility to place you. So there was maybe a good 50% of people that had nowhere to go, and they didn't mind living there because they were just,
They're taken care of.
You eat 3 times a day, yeah.
I've never liked hospitals. I don't like being there at all.
Yeah, no, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. There's that smell.
There's this hospital smell.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you're there for a good reason. I think the only good reason to be at a hospital is if someone's giving birth. The rest, you're not there for a good reason.
That's probably the only positive. You're right. Yeah. Or if it's like some kind of fundraiser, everyone's holding a big check. We raised money for cancer.
I've never been invited to any of those.
Yeah. But there's those ones too. The opening of a new wing. Hey, clap. But yeah.
By the way, Gary says there's a Belgium actor who's ginger with a goatee, but is your double ganger. Apart from that,
yours. I have a Belgian ginger doppelganger.
In the Discord, head to the Discord
handsome.
And put a picture of him next to a picture of Guido, and we'll be the judges.
Screenshot
Gary.
this.
Olga says she's grateful for the crew over here at Pantelis Comedy.
I am too, very much
craziness easier to
This
manage.
is why I'm here on my birthday.
Happy birthday again, Guido.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
44.
Really?
44.
You look 57.
Yeah, I really do.
This year has aged you horribly.
It really has. It really has. But no, you know what? It should. Technically, my tour is still happening. So.
Oh wait, Claudio says that he was hospitalized for diabetes before being diagnosed. So he didn't know what he had. I guess he was hospitalized for diabetes.
So he's a diabetic?
He's a diabetic. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Lay off of that sugar, you bastard.
You got to be careful because you're in the danger category.
Yeah. Seriously, actually, diabetes. Yeah.
Shannon Lee is 44, but doesn't look 44. So she probably looks younger.
You know who's about my age and looks exactly the same as he did 20 years ago? The wrestler Bobby Lashley.
I like Bobby Lashley.
He looks exactly the same as he did 20
He's
years
44.
ago. He's something like that.
Yeah, Lashley looks like in his 30s, yeah.
Yeah, he looked exactly the same in 2005.
But he takes fucking good care of him because you last year, thin Guido, looked like you look like a cool rich dude. You had like you were wearing little suits.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but it's all it's sugar and booze, man. You know that. I'll be sober.
By the way, this
by
is
the
all
end of the
unkempt.
week.
I haven't. It's been a month.
Looks okay.
It's been a month. I haven't been able to go to the.
If this is the unkempt version of you, it's pretty good.
It's the unkempt. My beard is everywhere. It's too big, and I've noticed the white hairs in my beards.
I got them in my eyebrows.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. I'm older than I was this morning.
That's actually funny. Joker's like, Bobby Lashley doesn't have any hair in his body. How would you know? Maybe it's all gray. Yeah, he looks like an old man.
Yeah, he grows his hair. He looks like Sanford and Son.
Yeah, when they do crack, they crack.
You're right. So there's no in between with black guys. They're either old guy or young guy.
I'm wondering, you know what I've noticed about Greeks? Greek women too.
Eddie Murphy looks the same. He's just a little fatter.
Greek men and women, it's 50-50. It's either they're going to get super better with age and they're good-looking older people, good-looking old people, or it just goes downhill after 30.
They just expand.
Yeah, they just
get fat, bald.
There's no in between.
Yeah. Or the Asians. Asians can never really tell.
It depends from which country. Some.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
You're right.
The Russians, do they age well or they get bigger?
I don't know that. Well, I know one Russian, and he's the biggest Russian I've ever met in my life. So I don't know.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah,
he's not here now. No, isn't he in Russia?
Is he? Because I haven't heard from him. But then I wondered maybe I haven't heard from him for other reasons. But yeah,
I thought he was. I saw videos of him posting shit. He was like in St. Petersburg chasing down Putin or some shit.
Good for him. That's the only guy I would go to Russia with.
Do you think you're going to be? I think I'm getting better with age. Actually, I'm lucky.
We're just talking about it in the introduction. There's you look younger, but. It doesn't mean you looked better because you were younger. You actually you're shaping into yourself.
Yeah, I'm shaping. I feel like I'm gonna get better with age. I'm gonna be one of those old dudes as long as I don't get too fat.
Yeah, no. You can't get too fat because you never have sugar. Sugar's the problem, people.
I was having sugar without knowing it the past couple of weeks. I was eating a lot of yogurts, and then
no. You can't have the vanilla. You have to have the plain.
Yeah, and then I looked at it, and then it was like 15 grams of sugar each cup. And
it's
I was like,
no. 10 grams or under. That's how I got thin. 10 grams or under. That's all you got to do. And no booze, no sugar. And the only sugar you got to eat is fruit. Period. That's your dessert. You want dessert? Have blueberries. Even honey could be dangerous if you put it on a yogurt.
Denis Lapointe is thanking us for our divertissement. And
thank you, Denis Lapointe.
Présence sur la chaîne. It's going to get better, by the way. We have new shows coming up on the network. So there's a new French podcast starting this month. It should have already started, but our man Poseidon has been infected with SARS-CoV-2. So until he gets back, we can't start it. It's called Club Zeus, and it's essentially just kind of like Pantelis Live. We're just fucking around with different guests and shit, but in French only. And it's only on Patreon.
Club Zeus.
Club Zeus.
Sounds mythical.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be fun. And there's a couple other shows that we have that we're working on, but we don't want to announce yet until we get shit in order. Because a lot of people are very scared to come do podcasts and be out of their house now. Not because of SARS, because of the time constraint at night. They're scared to come here like at 7 or 8 and not be able to make it before 10. They're nervous about the government. A lot of fear in the peoples.
There was fear mongering in the early 2000s because of, the terrorists will win and come and kill you.
It feels like they won.
And now it's fear mongering about, infestation and disease and Omicron. And
again, I said it in the beginning, guys, Poseidon is okay. He got it. Actually, what's fucking crazy is a lot of my friends and people that done podcasts have called me, a lot of comedians the past month. Here in Montreal, I've spoken to, I think, 3 comics that got infected. They're fine.
A little bit of sniffles. A fever for like an hour.
Poseidon had a fever for a day, like he was fucked up 2 days ago. And then now he's driving from Quebec to Montreal. He's fine. He's going to go do another test tomorrow to see where he's at. So far, the people that I know that got it, and there was a lot of them in the city, they're fine. So I'm telling you not to worry about them. The ones that you should worry about is everyone that's in the fucking hospitals.
Now, what about the old timers when they get it?
It depends. Again, that's what the good thing about the Rogan interview. with Malone, he said something that I was fucking curious about because I was always nervous about diabetic people, but he did say something about people who were like the most. It doesn't matter about whether you're vaccinated or not. If you're your hypoglycemic index? Basically, if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, that's where you see cases of long COVID. Or it really hits them hard. It lasts super long. And then it
Claudio Capri, you listening?
Yeah. So,
be careful.
And this is shit that I suspected for a while because around me, a lot of the people that were hit the hardest, they were otherwise healthy, but they had a bit of the chungers. Yeah.
Look, they'll figure it out. Just got to be patient.
Got to be patient,
and don't become a patient.
Speaking of patient, have you been patient enough to sit around and watch something this holiday season? You had 2 weeks off. Well, off. You didn't do a show.
I didn't. I didn't have any time off. I'm on time off now.
Yeah, this is your time off.
This is my time. It's my second day.
I don't know. I don't know if I spent my time off properly. I worked a lot on the network, right, trying to fix shit. No,
that's
for us.
always good.
But I watched a lot of movies and played a lot of video games. I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh,
it's in ancient Greece.
Okay,
it upset me a lot.
Because it was not factual?
No, I don't care about that. It's not going to be factual. It's a fucking Assassin's Creed. But it's just some of the words and like, God damn it, man. Like, get one Greek person to tell you how you should fucking
They never get Greeks right. Huh?
They don't pronounce shit properly sometimes. And it's just, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, when Larry David listens to the Greek dentist, it's clearly an Arab guy.
Yeah,
it's an Arab guy. There's nothing Greek about it.
They did better than Larry David, though. I'll give him that. There was a lot of actual Greeks from Greece that performed the characters. So you can hear it. I understand a Greek person when they're speaking English.
Yeah, you could tell.
So I was happy about that. But there was just so much fucking stupid shit. So I was like, come on, guys. What the fuck is happening? And I think I also fucked up.
Wait a second. Don't they make that game here?
They make it here in Montreal, yeah. So they never reached out to me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
They made that here because I remember there was that Ezio story they made here.
Yeah, great. That was my favorite one.
Yeah,
it was great.
That was done here. There was the right amount of Italians.
Well, look, now Ubisoft, you guys know we may have not worked together in the past. We can work together now. Yeah, I used to work at EA, and I never went to Ubisoft.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Worked at EA for years.
Yeah,
but then when I left, I got into mobile. I got into like virtual reality, so I never went back into video games. And then I got into comedy.
Did virtual reality ever reach where it's supposed to?
No, it's getting bigger and bigger, but that's what they're trying to force on people, right? They're trying to force the metaverse. Which this is the thing, is all this shit goes together too well. So they're forcing you to stay in your home. You're getting depressed, and then your only out is going to be the metaverse. It's going to be put on VR goggles, and you're on the beach with your friends and their avatars. And get used to this. You get it? So yeah,
like WALL-E.
Like WALL-E. It's or like Ready Player One. So yeah, I get it. Sucks outside, right? But don't worry, you get to
that's
distract
what
yourself.
Scares me is that I think it's the bigger picture is to keep us all inside to get used to it.
It sounds like a conspiracy, but and it probably is. Well, everything's a conspiracy. You have to conspire, right?
Go outside and play with a stick.
Yeah, go outside and play. No, outside's dangerous. Don't worry. Put your goggles on.
It's amazing. Maybe that's why a guy like Bill Gates is behind it. I don't know. But like, if you go to Disney or Universal, when was the last time I was there? Last time I was there was maybe 2010 or 11 or something with our friend Guido Cocomello. And the Simpsons ride was one of the like roller coasters are no longer roller coasters.
I want to say something before I forget, just because I see something in the chat. Because Thomas is talking about how he wants to make his English better, so he's watching like a lot of English stuff. And I'm looking at the names in the chat. This is something I said a month ago. And I'm telling you, statistically, from what I'm seeing, it's 100% true. Because you know how we have the argument about bilingual or one language, this and that? Whatever argument like the rest of Canada makes, the most bilingual people are the French. It's the French who are learning English and they could speak both languages more often
100%
than English people learning French.
And then sometimes Anglophones will get a little upset saying, when they say, here you have to speak French, say, yeah, but except the French guy understood you. You don't understand him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just, they're making the effort.
Yeah. In fact, I think 2 or 3 of the people that came into the restaurant were
bilingual.
Francophone.
Yeah. They actually make, anyways, because it's important to know as many languages as you can. So when they talk about that, statistically, from all the people that follow us, that Patreon, all that shit, they're more, it's the Quebecers that are the bilingual ones. So when they talk shit about the other way around, they go, no, the French aren't. No. It's personal experience is the other way around. They're willing to learn, and it's not vice versa.
I love that I'm from here. I wish I spoke French better.
I wish that here was not cold. That's my biggest, is the taxes and the fucking cold. That's the worst thing about this place.
The place, and I'll say it again, you've heard me say it again, and I'll get back to that Simpsons thing in a second. The place that reminds me the most of where we are, I'll say it again, is Melbourne, Australia, mate. In Sydney, Australia, our friend Jay Sorrell, they are the most like us, attitude-wise.
Like Quebecers or
like Quebecers,
Montrealers.
except that they all speak English with that weird accent. But other than that, the mentality where it's the same damn place. Now, getting back to that, when I was in that, you go on a roller coaster now, you're in a theater. You're no longer on a roller coaster. The chair you're in
moves,
but like very well.
But those are awesome for trips. The fact that we're moving towards the metaverse where everything is digital and it used to be you have your outings outside and then you have your distractions at home. You have the TV, you have your video games, music
watch
at
a
home.
movie.
But to start eliminating the outside and just you're all in your box and your socializing is done.
That's where we're going.
Only via VR or only via social media. That's fucked up. Because first of all, you see social media, everyone fights.
Yeah.
Everyone fights.
That's why I'm off it.
Because it's very hard to give someone criticism written with no inflection and for them not to take it as like assault.
Yeah, you put everything in capital, they say, why are you screaming?
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, it's not like that because a new study says this. People are going to be like, what the fuck do you mean a new study? You call me stupid? And they
Let me share this.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So it's very aggressive.
Everyone just wants to tell everyone what team they're on social media. I'm on this team, I'm on that team. You're not on my team.
Yeah, I'm moving to the metaverse, she goes, because there's no COVID there. That's why they're forcing on people. They're telling people you're safer.
That's really big in Japan and stuff like that. Because
we did great, by the way, with early treatments. So they're not their spike went down from
Japanese
COVID.
are lovely people.
Yeah,
They really are.
you talk about them a lot. I like the Japanese.
Every Japanese person I've ever met was wonderful, and they love their parents.
Some of those people were Korean, by the way. You're being an asshole.
Nah, I know a Korean. He was Taekwondo champion. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with him. But in Japan, you can go to an arcade. Obviously, we've all seen Dance Revolution, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but they actually have these what looks like a phone booth, and the fucker's in there just singing karaoke by himself.
Merci, Alain.
So for sure, they're gonna have metaverse people where they're just in pods, in an arcade, in pods in their own worlds. I'm sure that exists right now. In Asia somewhere.
That exists here. We have the pods here. We have
virtual reality arcade pods.
We have virtual reality arcades.
Not next to Milano's.
We have, my friend started a business where that's what he does. He goes to different like arcades, halls that perform events, and he sets up a whole thing where it's an arena. It's a VR arena, and you could face each other.
How's it going?
For him? Well, this...
Obviously, because of the parties, you can't do a...
but all that stuff, too, is they also get a lot of government funding and shit like that. So here in Quebec...
Still a little early.
Here in Quebec, it's still a little weird because you could make money, but not actually make money. So you could pay off all your shit because the government's giving you subsidies, but your product is not viable. I'm not saying his isn't viable. I'm saying... So that's kind of a pro, I guess, if you're trying to start a new business and the government... You have the right people and you get the subsidies, so you can actually get off the ground without money from your pocket.
Why don't you send me and Poseidon to go kick the shit out of each other in that virtual world?
Virtual world, yeah. Oh, no, you don't. You have guns.
Oh, I'll shoot them.
Yeah, you can
with pleasure.
That. Yeah, actually they wanted to do something with me a while ago and it never got off the ground to do like a comedian fucking talks about it or shit like that. But yeah, so that's.
I never try. I never even.
It's fun. If they didn't have this shit going on right now, I'm pretty sure that it would have been bigger. But people are scared to go out and...
Because they got I'm sure we talked about this too. For sure they have VR porn where you get like, you get to have VR sex like in Demolition Man with the...
And Lacon is wishing us a happy new year.
Thank you, Lacon.
Lacon, ça va? Another one of the names.
What does Lacon mean?
Lacon, ça va? Like the idiot, ça va? Lacon, ça va?
I still don't... Le Dîner des Cons? It's like that?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Le Dîner des Cons was was a great French movie, but in English it didn't work.
Dinner for Schmucks?
Yeah, it didn't work in English with Steve Carell and...
I saw a Jason Bateman movie.
I like Jason Bateman. Dry humor.
It was about a spelling bee where he's an adult and because of the rules, whatever, he's able to enter a spelling bee for children and people are furious, the parents, and he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
He's very dry.
Yeah, I like that.
In real life, he's also very dry because he's been sober since he was on that TV show. Since like
Arrested Development?
No. He's been sober since he was on the Hogan Family.
Why?
Because when he was doing Teen Wolf Part 2, he was partying it up with his sister, Justine Bateman from Family Ties, and messed up. And that's why we haven't seen him for like 20 years, and then he showed up in Hancock and Arrested Development. Yeah, that guy's been sober for 20 years.
A lot of these
That's why he also looks the same. Have you noticed he looks pretty much the fucking same?
Yeah. A lot of these young Hollywood stars had that problem.
Macaulay Culkin, you're wearing your shirt.
Yeah. So I got it as a gift.
It's great.
Yeah, a lot of these kids went. If they weren't getting raped, they were in Hollywood. They were or molested, whatever. They were getting into a lot of drugs and alcohol. A lot of fucking problems.
Actually, yeah, I was watching a bit of Stand By Me yesterday and forgot what a great movie that was.
You can get groped in the VR world. Listen, Julian, I saw that article. We already talked about it. That's some bullshit. Some lady complained that she got groped in a VR game.
Now, how do you grope in a VR game?
Like her avatar, someone went behind it and like was touching her butt or whatever, but not in real life, in the game.
I bet you.
But these are people who don't play games because.
But that is still, I have to kind of side with her because it's still invading her virtual private space.
It's not. It can be a virtual private space. You're in a virtual public space.
I don't know.
You're with everyone else.
And
it's a game. It's not real.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
By that logic, if I'm playing with toys and this is the toy representing me and you have a toy representing you and I punch it, you're going to go to the cops and be like, he punched my avatar.
Now it sounds ridiculous. Give it 50 years.
No. The way we're going, it's definitely going to be illegal.
Yeah.
However, right now, just think like these are people that didn't grow up with video games because if you played when first-person shooters first came out, let's say Halo, everyone was getting teabagged. You would get killed, you'd go down, and then someone would come and just crouch over you until you... That's just the way it was. It's just to insult you, just to fuck around.
That's quite funny.
That's what it was. People just fuck around because it's not real. That's why you have to get people out of that and into the real world because people react differently. In the real world, if you fall down, let's say you slip on ice, no one's going to come teabag you. Well, I say no one because Poseidon's sick right now, so no one. But when he's recovered... someone might come teabag you. Yeah.
He was smoking a cigarette at a gas station.
Like a smart guy does. So it's not going to happen because people react differently. But when you know it's fake, it's like they take advantage and they fuck around. That's what it should be, like GTA Online. You're blowing shit up, you're robbing banks, you're killing hookers. Those people aren't doing that in real life or we'd be living in the apocalypse.
Right.
It's not real.
But so this woman, did she...
Is an imbecile.
Did she get anywhere? Or she just got media attention?
She got made fun of online for a couple of weeks.
Okay. All right. So no...
As she should. By the way, someone in New York died. You know when they jump the turnstiles at the metro?
Yeah.
The subway, they don't want to take him? Mm-hmm. He flipped and then landed straight on his head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So no. He
tried to just skip the turnstile so he doesn't pay?
Yeah, but why was he doing a handstand?
No, he didn't do a handstand. He jumps over it. His foot gets caught and just lands.
Oh.
Yeah. He landed so hard on his head.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, New York has changed to they have the same pass we have now.
Oh, they've had, they're normally ahead
of us. They
don't
have the Metro card. They actually have, they're transitioning from Metro card to this, what the hell is it called?
The Opus.
Opus, okay. And it's no longer the old school turnstile. First it was this turnstile, then it became, there's the gate, and then it became the regular turnstile. Yeah. But now I think it's the whoosh, whoosh.
Some places, just like here, they were all different. Yeah.
So this guy jumped, got caught, and yeah.
So let's see. Come on, we all know that Guido is really Poseidon in disguise. Has anyone ever seen them together? Actually, on the Intellectuals, you see them together. Yeah.
We both had sex with a couch.
And I would have had Poseidon call in to join us. However, he's driving, so it's just going to be noisy. But he's fine. I wouldn't lie to you guys. He's already recovered. Just that I cannot allow him to be here at the studio until he tests negative. There's no point. I've avoided this shit for fucking 2 years. There's no point in getting it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know how I've managed to avoid it when everyone's getting it.
You're right. And you speak to people all the time.
All the time.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good Lord.
Yeah. I miss Poseidon, Olga says. Don't worry, he's fine.
Oh, gee, thanks, Olga. I'm kidding.
She didn't
I miss
mean it.
Poseidon.
Yeah, she
I
didn't
know.
mean Have you ever seen the anime called Sword Art Online, where they get to kill people in VR, but they actually die in real life? That would be fucking scary. It's kind of like that movie with Bruce Willis, Surrogates.
Okay.
It's based on a book. Everyone lives. These surrogates are these robots, avatars that they walk around for you, and they look like you, like the best version of whatever you want. Like you can have a hot chick walking around.
We're
as
getting
Guido.
there. 100%.
We're getting there.
We're going there.
And they find a way to like overload it so it kills the robot, but it zaps your head and you die too.
Wow.
The user.
We're getting there. I know we're getting there. Now I lost my train of thought.
Oh my god! Yeah, I thought you fucking.
No, I was going to make a point about. I was going to say something so poignant and intelligent.
Before we started, you were talking to me about professional wrestling. You told me that the WWE started a pay-per-view, a new one, on the 1st of January, which was yesterday, which, for the record, is a great day to have a pay-per-view because everyone's off.
Yeah.
No one ever thought of doing that.
It took them this long to figure that out, called Day One. And I was watching some of it on YouTube. I guess it's the pre-show. And wrestling is no longer... WWE, I mean, is... it's not as good as it used to be. And I know a lot of hardcore fans have already moved on to AEW.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems to.
My boy Brodigan.
It really feels scripted. We all knew it was scripted, but it's just too damn much now. And even the acrobatics are so choreographed now that it feels
too fake.
It feels like I'm watching the circus and it's trapeze artists. That's it. Look how perfect they can all flip around. It really, that's what's missing. I bet you if you ask an old timer like Greg Valentine, he'll say the same thing. But isn't it weird that the guy that runs AEW and the guy that runs WWE both have the same name? Are these guys brothers?
Who?
Nick Khan and Tony Khan?
Nick Khan is who?
He's the guy that's going to take over for Vince, because Vince is an old man now.
Oh, I don't know. I know that Tony Khan, his father's like they're like those super rich. Were they Pakistanis or something?
What the hell? What are the chances in hell that
they have the same?
The other guy's got the same name.
Well, Genghis,
it's
spread his seed everywhere.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyway, wrestling is.
And I'm not gonna. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna watch AW until Tony Khan apologizes for Genghis. That's the way it works now.
Yeah, correct.
So stupid.
But Patrick is really into the wrestling, and he only talks about AEW. He's like, I don't bother with.
Hey, by the way, you missed movie night last week.
Yes, I missed movie night. I'll tell you why. Thank God.
On the Patreon, by the way, we do occasionally have movie nights.
It was just before.
We watch movies on Discord.
It was a Wednesday, right? Or was it a Thursday?
It was a Wednesday.
So it was the night before they locked everything down. So I made a couple of bucks. Thank God I had a few tables, and boy did I need them. And I got I liquidated my fridge so I don't lose all this food.
You played it smart. I like your style.
Yeah, no. Well, that's why I was going crazy for the last 2 months, because I wasn't ordering from suppliers. I was going every day, buying what I need every day, paying Interact to not owe money because I didn't know where the next dollar was coming from.
Smart.
And now, I mean, I got like a handful of calamari left that are going in the freezer, and that's it. I got nothing. So
but you're allowed to do deliveries, right?
Yeah.
The rules are that no one's allowed to come in, and you have to close at 5 p.m. Close at 5 p.m. Does that mean?
No. Wait a second. Okay, I'm asking you now.
Yeah.
Why would I close at 5 p.m.? No, from 5 to 10 p.m.
No, because they had said something in the beginning. You had to close at 5 p.m. the first day. Remember when it was starting?
Yeah.
Is that ongoing? You still have to close at 5 p.m. or was that just day one?
You know what? I don't know. I checked out on the 31st.
Okay, because I'm wondering.
I'm closed for the next couple of weeks. So
are you allowed to do deliveries?
I must. It's insane. Of course. It's going to be like last time. I'll be able to be there alone, and an Uber guy comes in, picks up 2 pizzas, and leaves. It's got to be like that.
And you have your papers here at Pantelis Comedy for when you're traveling late.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We you don't got to show those. Don't show
but
those.
We have the official papers here.
Yeah, we have the official papers. I take care of my employees here.
Yeah. But that's right. Yeah, no, I just... they got to be at close at 5 p.m. When do people have supper time? The hell are they doing? No.
Even the 10 p.m. is stupid. All this is dumb. What if someone's out? You know what hours they work? What if they work till 9? They want to eat at 10.
Yeah, I think I took an Uber the other day, and he told me, he says, no, je peux travailler.
Yeah. If you have your papers, if you're actually working, I guess. I don't know. Last time I remember, we didn't get stopped at all. I had my papers. No one stopped me.
But I have a feeling this time is different. Everybody's on edge.
Everyone's angry about it.
Oh man, the people in this pharmacy today the girls working there wanted to kill everybody.
But I get why pharmacists would be pissed, because people are lining up. They're asking for rapid tests. They're yelling. So I get why they'd be on edge.
Yeah.
But the pizza delivery guy, I don't know why he'd be on edge.
No, I mean, I literally, what I'll do is...
By the way, that's why nurses are on edge too, huh? It's not because I've heard the argument of, well, they're doing their job.
Don't take it personally.
No matter what the case is, they'd be there anyway. But that's not why they're on edge. They're on edge because they're not there for 8 hours anymore. They're there for 16.
Yeah.
And then they'll take 3 hours off.
Yelling at them.
You're yelling at them. That's why they're on edge. It's not because they're doing their job.
I believe my...
they're on edge because they can't rest.
My waiter will become a, driver. If he wants a couple of bucks, he'll go deliver pizzas. That's
smart.
That's what is going to happen.
As an Uber driver, or just for you guys?
No, just for me. Because Uber has this option now. I was always trying to figure out why people would order Uber, but come pick it up themselves. Because I'm losing 30%. Why? Just call and pick it up.
You lose 30% if I come pick it up?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just because you use the Uber app.
Oh, I get what you're saying, because Uber takes that 30%.
Yeah.
Oh, because they don't know. That's why you gotta,
pick up the horn and call me and say, can I have 2 large pizzas, and I'll make them for you. And
it's cheaper for everyone.
But I always wondered, but now Uber gives you that option. I didn't know that. They give you the person the option to order it and go pick it up.
You know why? This is Uber's way of encroaching into that aspect of it and getting more money. Because they go, well, they looked at it on our app.
They
so we want to make
that in.
They snuck that in, yeah.
They absolutely. Now, I'm forced now to get an app myself, because people are used to going, click, next, yes, next, yes. I don't blame them. The phone doesn't ring as much, but the Uber rings. People are just used to, people are becoming VRs, man. Jesus.
Well, it's so much easier. It sucks, though, because it's expensive. I bought salad the other day. I bought a salad.
Romaine was $8.99, bro.
No, I bought a Milano's salad and
how much is that now?
$50 altogether.
Wow.
Yeah. I regretted it as soon as I pressed it. I go, motherfucker.
But it was so easy to just go next.
Yeah.
And this is why we can't do...
It was because it was a company expense, because it was for a meeting. We were meeting about the French cast. So, but I was just like, what a waste of company money.
And again, which is why it's hard to do a Zoom podcast.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm worried about this week. We're going to see what's going to happen. I don't know if Mike's still in Montreal or not for 2 drink minimum.
Yeah.
I'll do it Zoom if we have to, or a restream or whatever the fuck. But the dynamic is not the same. You
see how we're so used to it, though, when you watch on the news. Now speaking here, when guests, the guys on Letterman or whatever, Kim, they're not even in the same room anymore. They're putting it there to show us that's all you need is faces, talking heads. It's over.
Doesn't work for podcasts.
I don't.
For them, you know why it works? Because it's bullshit to begin with. They don't need a reaction. They're all reading from a script, so it doesn't matter. They're like, yes, Sylvie, I agree. This is 34% of the. Okay, that's why. But when you want to have a conversation with someone, it's better to be in the same fucking room.
They don't. The sound is never the 2 sound levels of that room and that room are never the same.
No,
never the same.
Never the same because they're completely different.
Yeah,
I am gonna try something. I did pay for Restream, which is why we're streaming on like different platforms at the same time. Because they have a section in it for live where 2 people that are remote can connect in, and it's supposed to have good quality for both.
Okay, so we're getting there.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I did comedy on Zoom.
Julien Sous-Écoute is different. Sous-Écoute was streamed because the bordel is closed and the studio is closed, right? Because it's all part of the same thing. But here we have my studios. So for 2 drink minimum, it's always an option. Like we did last 2 drink minimum of the year, it was done here. Yeah.
No, you're not allowed to boost your prices on
Uber.
Yeah.
No, but you shouldn't, because then customers would feel.
But you're not allowed.
But you're not allowed. Yeah.
You're not allowed. That's when you say yes and accept. You're not allowed to change. Obviously, people would have just jacked up their prices. Yeah, no, you're not allowed.
But in general, prices have jacked up this year.
Yeah. Well, I bought romaine lettuce. Cost me $8.99 for 3 heads.
Yeah, that's the other thing is how the fuck are people? Because I was at the grocery store and I was like, oh, this is getting fucking pricey. Like, you leave and I'm like, what the fuck did I buy for this much? Like, this is getting fucking pricey. There's guaranteed guaranteed people that were able to normally afford groceries last year, that this year they're like, all right, well, I had to do the groceries, so I can't do X thing next week or whatever. Like, it's really, especially because they're not allowed to work too. I don't know how the fuck people are paying for this
tomatoes
shit.
are very expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Big Mac. What's a Big Mac going for these days?
I don't eat McDonald's, so I don't know, but it's...
I bet you they're
they must still be cheap because it's garbage.
I bet you it's cheap. I bet you.
And then they wonder why people are obese and unhealthy.
You know what I enjoyed a couple of times? You know, we're drinking this old Tim's here. A good old-fashioned
By the way, this is shit.
A soup. A good Tim Hortons soup.
It's not your fault that this is shit. But sometimes, like I had one before and it was good. They made it well. This one, a little burnt.
Well, she was a little passive-aggressive at the window herself.
Did they make you wear a mask?
No, they asked you to wear a mask?
Dude, when I was... Tim Hortons I went to get my coffee when I was on the way here, I look at the fucking... They had a sign with scotch tape.
You didn't go to this one. You went to the one in the gas station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign, please wear your mask. I was like, what the fuck, on the outside? We're not even close to each other. She just puts her hand out and gives...
Maybe the girl working got sick and they had to.
I get, but it's a little... I was like, what the fuck's going on? It's a bit much, but I didn't want them to be scared, so I just put the fucking mask on and I took it off after. But I was just like, this is fucking weird.
I've been going to Pharmaprix a lot.
The drugstore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some Pharmaprix have a nice little produce section now.
Well, you have to adapt, dude.
I literally bought mozzarella on special.
That's funny.
From the pharmacy for my restaurant.
There are things I wouldn't buy from a drugstore.
Well, no, it's the Saputo one, and I grade it myself. And
okay, it's the same shit at Metro.
It's the same one. It's just that people forget that there's sometimes there's good prices.
Yeah, Richard, it's a bad omen. Food is getting more expensive, and there are also shortages. Hard times are coming. If we continue like this,
we are going to continue like this.
So look, I am not an expert on the economy, guys. You could tell me how you live your regular lives. However, this is the formula I'm giving you guys. Shit's getting more expensive. You don't have the right to work. You're not making as much money, but prices are still going up. So if we continue, plus we knew that how many percent, 80%, how many percent of Canadians had overwhelming credit card debt as of 2 years ago?
Like a lot.
Over 80%. Yeah, it was high. So now, and how many were living paycheck to paycheck? Again, the majority.
Not even CERB.
Probably 100% of the people watching this podcast, everyone involved in it. So you're already back, right? So now you're not making as much money and everything's costing more. So in order to live just your standard way of living like you did before, you put yourself at a little bit of debt at a time, a little bit more debt, a little bit more debt as it goes on, right? Aren't you going to reach a breaking point where in a couple of months there's food shortages, so then the prices go up, but now you fucking for sure can't afford that?
At what point are people literally going to start shooting each other?
Not even that. You won't be able to. It's going to be short. You have to just let the government give you shit.
Okay, so who's profiting?
What do you mean? It's always the same people profiting. Who's making money? Right now, the people that are making good money are pharmaceutical companies are making money. The gas and oil industry are making money. A lot of people that sell products that are necessary. Microchip companies are making money. But Big Pharma made a lot of money these past 2 years. If you want to know who made the most money, go look at Nancy Pelosi's, they have it public. A lot of people steal that shit. Her portfolio of stocks. Because she's involved in a lot of insider trading shit.
Yeah, I read that recently.
Yeah, so she always does it before. Look at where...
Yeah, buy what she owns.
Yeah.
Her stock portfolio is public.
Not on purpose. It's people...
that's genius. Yeah. I'd love to see what she owns.
Yeah, she owns all... And she puts put options on shit early. Like, you're like, why the fuck would she bet against this great company? And then 2 days later, news comes out about that company and they tank, so she makes money.
She's out. Yeah. She's going to go.
Yeah, you didn't see what they were... a journalist asked her that. Like, what do you think about insider trading?
Yeah, I saw Rogan laughing at that.
Yeah, and then she fucking panicked.
She froze.
Well, I should be allowed. Why? Because I should be allowed. It's open to everyone. I should be allowed to buy stocks and anything.
She was a deer in the headlights. It was great. Wow. It's so
You're
sad.
a public servant and you've never had a real job. Why are you worth $200 million now? Oh, because of insider trading?
I know. Does she make like $100,000 a year?
Yeah. Joel's like, microchips make a lot of money because they try to put it in the vaccines. No, there's no microchips in the vaccines, but
I'm sure they have that technology. Did you ever see this movie in the 80s?
There's a chip shortage. There's been a chip shortage for a couple of years.
Why? Because you have to put lithium in it or something? Or
it was all kinds of natural resources that they couldn't get that were because of COVID. Everything had tightened up. So the prices steadily started jacking up, and then because of Bitcoin. So a lot of people needed these high-performing computers and chips so that they can mine Bitcoin. So the demand went up more than usual. but the supply was lower than usual. So it caused the prices to spike. And the way it's going is because Intel was out of the game for a while. But apparently, from what I heard a few months ago, they were working on something, finally joining something that would be good for, because Apple kind of hated them for a while too. They're working on something that's going to benefit everyone, and it's proprietary to them. So Intel was a good buy, they said, for the next 2 years.
I remember Intel. That you saw that a lot in the 90s.
But they had a guy that took over the company, that was running it, that basically fucked something up. Like, because everything's becoming open source. You should be able to, like, let's say, for example, now it's on YouTube, but there's going to be 4 people who are watching it on Facebook. It's just there available for them too, right? This show, or Twitch. There's someone watching on Twitch, let's say. So everything's open. It's very hard when you create something like, no, it only works for me. No cross, play. It's very hard for that to function properly moving forward. Future tech, Web 3.0 type of, like, everything is connected. Your accounts are all connected. So Intel was doing that for a while. Like I know with, let's say, for example, Premiere Pro, all the Adobe software, it worked better. And this is clearly on purpose. It was working better and it was known with Intel chips. So let's say you had a Ryzen fucking super high level, memory capacity computer, and it was fucking super fast. You had the same specs on an Intel computer, like an X9 or whatever, and it was working better, even though the specs were very similar. It was just working better on that.
Because of this,
they were optimizing
Intel
it. Yeah, they were optimizing it to get, like, it wasn't Intel technology. It was a lot of paid shit. Like, so people, if you want to use this software and you wanted to use that at its best, you'd go with them because you get it. But you can't keep doing that shit because then, like, now Apple came out with their own, the M1 chip and the M2. Like, fuck you people. We'll come up with our own stuff. So we don't need third party. And then that starts scaring a lot of people that were monopolizing shit. You have to keep it accessible. Just like Sony and Microsoft, for the longest time, they didn't want to talk about cross-platform play in consoles. If you have the same game on 2 different consoles, even though the technology is very similar in the sense that you could play online, no, we don't want to.
Where's it going? Is it going to stay isolated? Or
no. Now there's cross-play on all kinds of shit.
There has to be.
You have to. That's what the future is. Everything's connected. You can't isolate yourself.
Pissed me off when Apple made the audio jack disappear.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit either. I like audio jacks.
Yeah, they're
I like having
universal.
the option. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Apple. How are they doing?
Apple's always doing fine. Even though they had 50 employees, it's not a lot, go on strike.
50 around the world?
I think
here?
No, 50 around the world.
Fuck. What are they asking for? Don't they all have
more money?
If you're at this, don't you have a piece of the company when you work there?
I don't know, but it's not a big enough piece. They were asking for more money, better hours. But that's just like, it didn't affect Apple at all. It was just a couple people that were angry. But I get it, dude. All those, like, I got one of my comedian friends worked at Apple for a long time, and it's a retail job, bro. It sucks.
I'm not too crazy about that store. I like that it's all spacious and everyone, but even their attitude is sometimes passively aggressive, nice.
Yeah, but again,
how can I help you?
Because imagine you're dealing with people all day.
All day.
They're being annoying, and you're not really getting paid that much, so you're stuck there.
It's like you're selling shoes.
Yeah, you're stuck there because you're never going to save up enough to do something.
Because you're just paying your rent.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
But that's the system. That's the way it's working. The way when shit gets more expensive now, they're locking people in.
Dude, our grandparents had a meaningless job and put money under a mattress and bought a house. That's not
those
possible
times are
anymore.
Gone.
That is gone.
Those times are gone, good sir.
Savings accounts? They're a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Savings account.
They're really trying to destroy capitalism and, like, the free market.
Yeah. So so what about Castro? How are they doing?
Trudeau?
No, the Cuban. Oh yeah, exactly.
His lineage is strong.
Yeah,
it's
the Cubans.
taken over 2 countries.
How's Cuba?
I don't know anything about Cuba. I asked Erica Suarez. She was on my last Pantelis podcast.
I saw that.
That was a good show. That was a good. She always provides English and French good podcasts. She's not nervous to. There's some comics that are weird on podcasts. Most of them are good, but some that are weird. She's not weird in either language. She's comfortable speaking.
Perfect.
Some people get scared on podcasts. They get
Even
really
if they
nervous.
don't speak well, they just make themselves understood.
Dude, I have people who would beg, bring me on a show, do this with me, and then we bring them on, and we can't air it.
Yeah, as soon as you press record, they just
like a deer in headlights.
How does that happen?
And it could be the simplest thing. I'd be like, so what'd you do this week? What do you mean? Like, and they're like, what the fuck, man?
No,
it shouldn't be this hard to podcast.
No, you just gotta have a really low self-esteem, I think.
To podcast? Maybe. No, I don't think it's the opposite. If you have a low self-esteem, you're scared to talk.
No, just correct. No, just be okay with saying something absolutely stupid. That's 90% of my life.
Look at these. The two people on your screen are borderline retarded. Borderline. Some closer to the border than others. Yeah. But definitely borderline.
Yeah, speaking of which, 6 months ago, I was out of my mind. I didn't take... I'm so happy I'm off of a lot of those meds, if people were wondering. The one that messed me up the most was lithium, the shit that's in your phone battery.
I don't know how the fuck they let people swallow that shit.
Because they just have to make you level enough to be on the street. And boy, did that suck. And I was so happy I got rid of it. And now I'm, back to the crazy normal.
What about weight loss? Are you doing weight loss again?
I think I lost a little bit on my own because of just work stress. But I will. I'm telling you, man. Next week, it's done. I gotta be purdy by spring. So I'm going strict. I think I might have my last piece of bread like this week.
Yeah, me too. I've been...
I'll make myself a big-ass pizza, just stuff my face, and then say, fuck you, I never want to see you again.
I'm sick and tired of canceling. Like, bro, the tour, especially in English, started 2 years, like a month before the pandemic was supposed to... before the pandemic started, the first lockdown. And it's just start-stop since then. Mm-hmm. And half the jokes have changed twice. Half of it, I couldn't use it again. And then now, by the time it opens up, like, fuck, man.
Well, talk about being fresh in comedy, though. Your act actually changes.
Yeah, but the stuff that's timely, I don't want like this, because the stuff that doesn't change, the stuff that doesn't matter when I say them. But the shit that's timely, it's good. I want to record it and have it out.
Yeah,
but it won't make sense if I do it in a month.
You're absolutely right. I totally get it.
Yeah, like my Andrew Cuomo bit, it's untellable in another month.
Are they both gone?
Yeah, De Blasio and Cuomo.
De Blasio's gone too?
De Blasio's last day, I think, was a few days ago, last week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man, am I out of touch. So wait, so now we got so the Democrats are out of New York.
No, I don't know who took over, but you didn't know.
Wait, who was elected mayor of New York City now?
Some new guy, I think, with a pink tie. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he rides his bike to work, from what I heard.
Oh, Bloomberg did that too sometimes.
I'm just saying that's the latest thing I heard about.
Yeah, okay. Wearing the suit and the sneakers, very New York.
Yeah, but also people are talking, because what's her name? AOC. She's talking a lot of shit about like Texas and Florida, and they're up this and that. And it's just, with the measures. And bitch went to Florida. She's just having fun maskless in Florida. It's like you can't talk shit about how they're running things there.
How the hell?
And then leave New York when it's deadly and go be maskless in Florida.
How do they know? I mean, how do they not know that they're in the public eye?
Some of it is shocking. It's because they know that the majority of people are very stupid, and
they're just sheep.
They're just sheep, and whatever they say on the news, they'll just repeat. Dude, I had an argument, not an argument, just 2 days ago about just a question about what we're doing now. I go, this doesn't seem to be working with like the forcing everyone to get vaccinated, and then we just keep, just take another one. I'm like, it's not working. And then he goes, yeah, it seems like it's not working, but it's because of the people who don't want to get a third dose now. And I go, no, you're not understanding. Clearly it's not working. That's why we would need a third. Like, it's not, well, how do we know? I think people should, I go, well, Israel is ahead of us. And they're on their fourth. And their vaccinated ratio-wise, the country, way higher than even us. So I go, what does that tell you? It's not working. And the Netherlands are talking about 6 shots. So it's clearly not working. It's like, yeah, I know it's not working. People should really stop avoiding getting the vaccine. They should start getting it. And like, but that's not what's going to help. The only thing, if you see people that took it down, Japan, those areas around India, the only way that they took it down was what they were saying on Rogan was early treatment. The shit that they blocked off, the hydroxychloroquines and all that shit in the beginning. And the fucking monoclonal antibody treatment, which everyone else has access to if you have money. All the shit that they don't talk about. So early treatment was the thing saving lives and reducing it. But they're not doing that.
So... yeah, the Harlan, that stuff you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
that was helping. I think Rogan talked about it.
I'll do monoclonal antibody treatment. Even I think Tim Dillon is what he did. He's like, I felt comfortable in a couple of hours, like on his podcast when he got COVID. It's what they gave to all the major politicians when they get sick. They bam right away early treatment. They give them all that shit just like Rogan did, and then they're good. But regular people, they let it stretch out until
Japan did that.
Yeah, Japan was taking care of the people.
Israel has not, and that's why they just keep vaccinating.
Israel just vaccines. They were trying some pills for a while. They were testing pills, but they haven't released them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
But that's what they're saying. They're saying do early treatment.
Where are we going to go from here?
But I have no idea what big pharma because Big Pharma made them all agree to this shit. And
But
they're
we got
making
no
tons
choice.
of
You
cash.
gotta get vax.
I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying if we're seeing that it's a vicious cycle, let's try to treat people early. Throw the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, and too many people. At what point is it going to happen where people are going to be forcefully treated? When now the cops are literally going to arrest you if you're not vaxxed.
Oh, so Shannon, she's in Florida. She had it, and when she got it, she had access to monoclonal antibodies and had private insurance and ivermectin. So yeah, when you have that kind of shit, bro, bam, they just attack it head on first. That's what you should do. That's what he even said in the Rogan. He goes, the biggest problem was in the beginning when they were telling people, if you feel it, just isolate for 14 days. He goes, but in the 14 days, a lot of people who they have the systems, they're part of the 0.something% that they die or they have consequences. All you're doing for those 14 days is letting it spread, get worse, and now your
And now why are
treatments
they
aren't.
not doing this?
That's the question everyone's asking.
Okay.
There's only speculation. People are saying it's for money. They want to kill. Like everyone has their own opinion, but the government never said we're not doing it because of. They just ignore it. No one wants to talk about it. So everyone's speculating, and then once you speculate, that's when they say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory." But that's what they should be doing. And also, it would help nurses and doctors. Like I'm talking about just Quebec. It would help nurses and doctors if they don't have.
That's
fucking,
what I'm thinking right now. This second, why? Because
right now we're
overloaded.
Guaranteed, the hospitals that have that. There's going to be a hospital now, whether it's West Island or the ones that there's going to be a hospital now where there's a nurse just losing her shit.
And they're not treating with this stuff that you're talking about.
No, sometimes they'll give some stuff from what one of the nurses told me 2 days ago.
If you're a politician.
No. Even now, they're trying different stuff, but they're not. Because the way it works is a lot of these doctors, they just regurgitate what they're told. They're scared to make decisions on their own now. They're not going to prescribe shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Because they don't want to lose their job. So they're in a fucked up place. So even if they're like, fuck, this does work, and I do have access to it, they can't prescribe shit. They have to go down the list, you know? So it needs to come from the top. To be like, look, now we're giving you access to this. We're putting billions into it so people have access to X, Y, Z thing. The second they come and they have these fucking symptoms, and you know what? Bam, right away, early treatment.
Done.
Yeah.
That solves the problem.
Yeah, but sometimes it's more. That's why they're saying, is it because of money? Because
It has
Big
to
Pharma's
be.
not going to make money if everyone's fucking healed and they're not giving out the
Okay,
jabs.
but how much longer are they going to do this? Like
It's a business. It's
how greedy can you be?
It's not about ethics because it's a business. It's a machine.
Yeah,
right?
I got it. It's just a machine.
It's a machine. It's
But
not,
how much
it's not like
longer?
there's one person with an evil smile
No,
petting a cat.
no. There's no Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
It's just it's a machine with gears. But what now? So how long is this lockdown going to be? 2 months?
This one, I don't know. I can't look feasibly because it's not what they're doing isn't helping. They're just doing it to show that they're doing something. So feasibly, there's no reason why it should last another week. But how far does Legault want to take it? If he's like committed, he's like, you know what? I'm never getting voted in again. I just fucked everyone over. Fuck this shit. I'm going all out. I'm going to fuck these people mentally.
I think you're
Maybe.
right.
He might do that. He's like,
think
fuck
you're
these
right.
people.
But they should have done it at like a month.
But I think he forgets that Quebecers are they're freedom people. Like they're big on freedom.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is going to go the way he thinks it's going to go. But on a lighter note, sir,
Yes.
I have access to Disney Plus,
Yes.
and they came up with the show. They came out with a new show for Boba Fett.
Oh, I saw commercials.
I saw the first episode.
And
It wasn't that good.
no, did they really mess up this Lucasfilm?
Yeah, as usual. You know what I think my issue is? They're making too many out of everyone.
Yeah, with the Han Solo back forth and
It's too much. Too many movies. Too many.
Bring back the Ewoks.
And unless they're all going to be masterpieces, it can't work. Like I say, Marvel, the top Marvel films, the Avengers, Spider-Man, it all worked because all the top ones were made well. It was fun. They put a lot of thought into it. Guardians of the Galaxy, like it was good. But then you have the shit ones too. Like the Shang-Chi's and shit. That wasn't good. People said it was good. I watched it. It wasn't good.
I heard that they did the Marvel universe so well that it coincided, like literally on the TV show, she'll say something about that's happening in the movie about the Statue of Liberty, and they really they weave it beautifully. Whoever's running that Marvel universe is great.
It's Feige and it's those Russo brothers too that were doing a lot of the Avengers
Well,
stuff.
they know what they're doing, but
Because you know what they
is
would
this
do?
the first Boba Fett show ever, or was there a movie? Because Boba Fett
There was no Boba Fett movie from
was
what I recall.
beloved. This is
Even though he only appeared in the original movie for 2 minutes.
everybody loved this bounty hunter motherfucker.
So they're trying to change his story.
Well, that's not right. Why?
No, I mean, so they can make sense of it, because or else it doesn't. So Boba Fett
he
died.
literally just show up. Yeah.
Boba Fett died. Remember, he just showed up and died. Now they're like, no, he didn't. He escaped the sand worm or whatever the fuck it was.
Keep him alive.
Yeah. So that's all basically. He escaped that, and then he's going out he takes over Jabba the Hutt's job, and he becomes the new Jabba the Hutt. And I don't know where the story's gonna go from here on. It felt a lot like a shitty Mandalorian.
Okay. And perhaps came a little too late.
Look, I'm saying this for me. I think it's saturated, but a lot of other people might love the Boba Fett show. I don't. It's
Maybe
just
they're
I watched.
trying to get new fans. But I think a Boba Fett vehicle probably should have happened around the Anakin Skywalker movie era. How long ago was that?
Oh, that was a fucking
early
long time ago.
2000s.
That was when the 3 prequels came out.
Yeah, around there. That's where a Boba Fett something. That was when it spiked in the Star Wars fans.
Those weren't good either, though.
You know what I rewatched? Just to make myself laugh. Triumph, the insult comic dog, going to Star Wars. Everyone waiting at the Zegfield for the premiere.
That was the premiere of the first prequel.
Oh my God, was that funny?
Me and my buddy Dano.
Attack of the Clones. It was Attack of the Clones.
I was in high school.
Oh my God, was that funny?
We went to the midnight showing at Côte des Neiges Plaza. They had the Cineplex there. And I don't think Dano had even watched Star Wars, and I think I wasn't that big into Star Wars, but we were excited to watch it. But we were so far back in line that when we got in, our seats were the first row.
Wow, so you went like this?
Yeah, we had to look up the whole time, and we fell asleep. We both woke up at the end of the movie during the credits.
Oh my God, that's how...
But he also fell asleep. We went to watch the first Lord of the Rings, I remember. Again, Côte des Neiges. That's where we used to go a lot, at that Cineplex. And...
it's still cheap there.
It still exists, huh?
It still exists, and I think, well, I mean, now COVID, but I think you can watch like a movie at maybe 30-40% less than
everywhere else.
Yeah.
But I remember he fell. I didn't fall asleep in that one, or I fell asleep a bit, but he fell asleep hard. It was too long, 3.5 hours.
I saw The Usual Suspects in that theater.
I've seen a lot of movies. Growing up, where I watched most of my movies in a theater was there.
It's a good hidden theater.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Which one of these buttons calls your parents to come pick you up? For me to poop on.
I saw the first Scream there, and I was too young to get in. And we walked in. Literally, it was like a sketch show. There was a guy in front, checking your tickets, to go in the theater, and he just went a bit to the left, like he turned his back to us, like a video game, and like he couldn't. I was right behind him, and we just walked in while he's looking the other way. It was like a cartoon. It's like this doesn't happen in real life.
Is it a Cineplex?
It's a Cineplex, yeah.
Yeah. It really looks like you're in the 80s.
I haven't been there in years. I don't know if they changed anything.
That's the mall they filmed X-Men in to be the 80s mall. We talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
That is the 80s mall.
I grew up in that mall. I was there all the time.
Who mentioned
something? It was that in Rockland, but Rockland didn't have a movie theater. And growing up, when we would go to Rockland, Guzzo didn't exist across the street.
No.
There was no movie theater around.
No. The Vatican didn't want to sell that land. It was the nuns.
The Vatican owned that land?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. All the Marché Central land? All of
it? The Guzzo part, somehow.
What was there?
Nothing. Except the fruit suppliers.
So what did the Vatican own?
I don't know, but I totally remember it was nuns. It was the nuns. It was church property.
I had no idea. That's fucking
first thing
crazy.
There was Costco. Costco was the first thing there. I remember.
Yeah. Costco's far up though.
Yeah, and the rest was dirt. My toofuses is going to come off. So whoever said they like me without the tooth, it might have to come off now.
Don't.
Sorry, guys. It's just literally going to fall off.
God damn.
Thank you.
You look goofy as fuck now.
Thank you. I look like Alfred Newman.
Yeah, I had no idea that the nuns own that shit.
Yeah.
The church owns a lot of land, huh?
Yeah. And yet they're always asking for money.
Yeah. To buy more land.
Why?
Don't you feel like they own a bit too much land for what they do?
Yeah. But I saw the Vatican. It was kind of cool. You got to see it once in your life. Saw the
Vatican?
The Sistine Chapel is a masterpiece.
I've been to Italy, but I've never been. I've been to Milan.
Yeah.
I've been to Ancona.
Yeah. I think Ancona is its own. It's not. Oh no, that's San Marino.
Yeah, no, it's Ancona was like a port town.
Okay, but Ancona and then San Marino is its own place as well. It's its own country.
San Marino, yeah, it's its own country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to those places, and somewhere else I forgot where. But I took the train. I didn't stay long. But those two places I actually stayed. My buddy Milton in 2007.
I had fun doing the Euro train. That's something I recommend for people to do. Yeah, I was hanging out with some German girls. It was fun.
Yeah, we had met girls when we were from Paris to Amsterdam. We had met girls because we had to go to Brussels to stop. We had met girls on that train.
Did you do Amsterdam?
Yeah, we were there for like 6-7 days.
It was fun.
Yeah, I had fun. It was like after 2 days, I got kind of bored of it.
You know what I really enjoyed? Goth. I forgot the name of it now because I'm old, but this is where most of the scouts for Saturday Night Live go to this. There's a Second City type place
In
there.
Amsterdam.
And that's where Seth Meyers got his bones. And a lot of people came from there. And I went to watch, I can't believe they're fucking, I forgot their name. But I got to see some good comedy there. Some real good sketch comedy, improv.
Well, someone told me that I should book dates, but this was before all this shit happened, in Amsterdam because there's actual English clubs.
Yeah. This is where I saw this comedy group that Seth Meyers came from. Him and his brother, because his brother was on Mad TV.
Yeah.
And I even know the owner, the guy who started it, was Pep Rosenfeld. Google Pep Rosenfeld, whatever this guy owns in Amsterdam. So I got to see these. For all I know, I saw half the people on Saturday Night Live without knowing. Whoever's on now, I probably saw them there. They come from there. Besides, the prostitutes and I remember I went to watch. I was on mushrooms.
But even the prostitutes, what's funny is when we were taking the bus, so we're in the bus and the bus driver's like, he's trying to tell people where to go. And then, because he knows there's a lot of tourists on the bus. And then he goes, here, this is the famous red light district. He goes, I'll stop it right here if anybody wants to get off. And everyone was laughing in the bus and he continued to our stop.
I'm sure he recycles that joke every day.
Oh, every day. We went to a Leipzig square. It's like, that's where they have like the Bulldog and restaurants and all. Like, it's like a square.
A lot of bicycles.
A lot of bicycles. And in the square, there's like street performers, a lot of them. We saw a guy doing cool soccer tricks and stuff.
And the canal kind of looks like Venice.
The canal, there was a lot of canal moments. But the most fun we had was the first 2 days. Because it was new.
And then after it's all the same.
After it's all the same, and there's something weird about the Netherlands, all that area, like to me, because we even went to Eindhoven. There's something, I don't know, the boxiness of it. People feel like they're nerds. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's like, I don't know, there's something weird about it. But not in a bad, it just felt off a bit for me.
That's where I saw we talked about this, the 24-hour automated restaurant.
Well, yeah, people are working inside, and then you're outside, and you put money. It's kind of like a vending machine. You pull out the burger.
Yeah, that's where I saw that. Exactly there.
That's exactly where I saw it too.
And a lot of the street level people selling, the hardcore drugs that are not allowed, are from Iraq.
Oh,
yeah, I remember speaking to them. And that's it. That was my Amsterdam trip. And then there's the Anne Frank house. We
didn't go to the Anne Frank house.
Barrel of laughs.
We didn't go to the Anne Frank house.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. I respect. That's why I wouldn't go.
The museums that we did was the Louvre. We spent a lot of time there.
Wow. Yeah.
But I got fucking tired, bro. It was too long.
Mona Lisa is like this big.
Yeah, it's smaller than you would expect.
Yeah.
And there's glass. Mm-hmm. And then there's all these people around trying to take photos. And like, I'll take photos. And then, because the flash is going to ruin it. And then I remember someone saying, what if I take out the flash? And the guy's like, no, you're still not allowed to take a photo. And I was like, well, why?
Why don't you
you're just being an asshole now.
Just Google image it and you'll see it up close. Why do you need to take your picture of it?
Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't understand about a lot of that stuff. If you're not in the photo, if you're not doing something for your memory, there's better photos of that thing online. Yeah,
I went to a wonderful museum in London, and I got a picture next to the George Washington painting that's on the dollar bill.
Oh.
But see, I wouldn't take a picture of that. It's a picture of me standing next to it. This is the picture that is on the dollar bill, the real one. So yeah, you know what I mean?
How did the Brits get it?
I don't know. You're right. Hey, actually,
they steal a lot of shit, these guys, huh?
There's a right in that park, whatever that park is called, in front of Buckingham Palace. There's a statue of Ronald Reagan. Now I'm going to lose my other tooth. Jesus Christ! There's a statue of Ronald.
Squeezing your teeth.
I'm trying not to. There's a statue of Ronald Reagan in that park where Buckingham Palace is. So, really? I've never seen a statue of Ronald Reagan. I'm like, that's Ronald Reagan. Yeah. I also took a picture next to the official William Shakespeare photo. The
official one.
Yeah, the one of
not Mel Gibson.
No, the one that you see. The one that you see. On a dust jacket.
And Mel Gibson, is he back in Hollywood? Is he allowed?
Why? Anything been going on lately?
Well, not lately, but remember people were mad at him.
I think people don't have time to care now.
That's what I'm saying. Did he
big Bin Laden beard?
Yeah, he grew a beard. I remember that.
But he's been making some good movies.
So yeah, he's allowed to be back in Hollywood. Didn't they say he was going to be persona non grata forever?
I saw an interesting interview with him and Stephen Colbert, who, did you know, is actually a very practicing Catholic.
Stephen Colbert? Mm-hmm. I don't believe it. Actually,
isn't that weird? Because you would totally make him out to be super Hollywood left, but he is a devout practicing Catholic.
No, I don't think what I'm saying is he seems like a cultist. He seems like whatever he gets into, he would become culty, like because that's what he does now with all the shit he's talking about. He's like super politically cult-like. There's no open-endedness to him. It's just follow what the cult says. So it doesn't shock me that he'd be hardcore in any religion.
In his private life, I guess, because they were talking about this movie that Mel Gibson's supposed to be making called Resurrection that we've been waiting for years.
I have not been waiting for that. I don't know what that is.
Which is about
Jesus Part 2.
Jesus Part 2. What happens once he takes off like Superman to space.
What are you talking about?
Resurrection. Every time I picture Jesus resurrecting to heaven, I always picture him like, how Superman, how they draw him with one hand in the air going, I picture that.
So wait, hold on. This takes place right after the Passion of the Christ.
It takes place right after the Passion of the Christ, and all the apostles say like, so what are we going to do?
So look.
And then it probably goes into Constantinople and Constantine the Great and whatever.
Some people don't realize that certain movies don't need a sequel. The Passion of the Christ is one of those fucking movies.
And him and Stephen Colbert were talking about it, and Stephen Colbert was literally, spitting out Bible verses. Like the guy knows his shit.
Back to that movie. Doesn't it seem a little funny? Jesus is back.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem a little Hollywood?
It seems like Mad TV. But I bet you Gibson will make another $500 million.
He makes good movies, though.
Yeah, I like the last
Apocalypto. You ever seen that shit?
Love the Apocalypto.
That was crazy.
Love the Apocalypto. Where my sister lives in Mexico when she goes to Mexico is there. It's like I've walked by altars where I'm sure sacrifices happen. Yeah.
Yeah, sacrifices happen all over South America.
Yeah. No, like real Mayan. Yeah, it's messed up. Good Lord. Are they saying anything about Matufuses?
No, it's all in your head. They've never mentioned it once.
Yeah.
They're talking about being horrible Catholics, and Gapes, who's in the know, says that Gibson is working on a new Lethal Weapon. I don't know how many they're at now.
Well, they made that shitty TV show with
I've never watched that. It's not for me.
With Damon Wayans Jr. and another guy that didn't get along.
But that's more of them taking the
characters.
name, the characters, and making something else, but it's not real to me. I don't think that's serious.
In 1987, Murtaugh was about to retire.
Dennis,
he was about to retire in 87.
No, the resurrection of Jesus, because they're saying in the chat, that's how it's going to feel. Like, he's back. He's got one more mission. Revenge.
They did it well on SNL with Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
They made the trailer. Christoph Waltz is Jesus. Now the other one's fucking falling off. Jesus Christ, guys.
Stop fucking touching your teeth. Are you taking out both your teeth? Are both your teeth missing?
It came off.
God damn, how do you remove your teeth like that?
Because I'm falling apart.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I think I might have to go to the dentist.
You think?
Or Mexico.
You're too, well, look, that's a different story, Mexico. But you got kicked out of Mexico. First person I know to get deported from Mexico.
Was me.
Yeah.
I might go.
Bro, you look like a crackhead.
Yeah, there's it's terrible.
But I saw you, like you're the reason why this happened. Your teeth didn't naturally fall out. You keep grinding.
Yeah, it's because I don't wear my night guard.
But even during the podcast, you're grinding too much.
But these are bought and paid for, so I'll let the guy who put them back.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny already did Lethal Weapon 5 and 6. That's why I don't know the real Lethal Weapon numbers.
The last one was with Jet Li and if I'm not mistaken, Chris Rock.
I like Jet Li.
And Chris Rock, right? Wasn't that the last Lethal Weapon? 4?
I can't remember. When I think of Chris Rock, I don't think of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, he was trying to make a movie, and he made a couple of movies, and then he's like, this ain't for me.
Remember Chris Tucker?
Another guy went crazy into religion.
Is that what happened? Is that why he disappeared?
Yeah, I know he...
Scientology?
No, Born Again.
Interesting.
And that's why he didn't appear in the last Friday movie.
Yeah, that I know. No, I know that he made a decision not to appear because he wanted to change his image.
Because he became a born again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he made those Brett Ratner movies and then he disappeared.
Brett Ratner, he's the guy that molested kids?
No, Brett Ratner was the guy that was going to direct the Oscars when Eddie Murphy was going to host.
Okay.
And then said something and called people fags or something. And then they said, fuck off. And They ostracized him.
Okay, so he called
Brett Ratner made the Rush Hour movies.
Who's the guy that made the X-Men movies?
That's Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer. He's the one who touched kids, I think, right?
That's the
He made the original X-Men movies, not the new ones.
I think he made the one with Massimo too.
Yeah. No, did he? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
he came back for that. Brett Ratner made the shitty second one, where they take the bridge.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That was the third one, I think. That wasn't good.
The Last Stand. That's the one Brett Ratner did.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
The only good thing Brett Ratner did was make a Beast Fraser Crane.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good call. That was great casting.
Great casting.
Some casting.
Yeah.
I keep that in mind. I see certain movies, I'm like, that's very well cast. Like, that's meant for that fucking person.
So, yeah, I love they should, I don't know why they haven't, like, an award at the Oscars for casting.
They don't give casting directors awards.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Normally, these guys give awards to everyone.
Like, this Spider-Man kid is perfect. I like
Tom Holland?
I love this kid as Spider-Man.
You know what's weird is when you hear these British guys talking in real life.
Yeah, I know.
It throws you off.
Like the first time you see Hugh Jackman in an interview, and he's, oh, hi again, I'm Australian.
Oh, yeah, Garen, guys.
Yeah, it's like, what the
I want to do Wolverine. You're like, what the fuck happened, Wolverine?
You know who does the opposite? You know who does it? There's two actors, I think, that do good British accents. Americans that do good. Johnny Depp and Robert Downey Jr.
What is that, Sherlock Holmes they did it?
He did it, and in Charlie Chaplin, he was British.
And they're good, huh?
Yeah. Usually they stink. But also you can watch some movies that Mel Gibson, to get back to him, he made a Three Stooges miniseries in the 90s. But he filmed it all in Sydney. So, because it was cheaper and whatever. And you could see sometimes when they really, sometimes an Australian
when it slips
or Brit will go too strong
on the American.
It's like, watch some Russell Crowe movies. Not everybody in New York City sounds like a fucking dock worker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, people in New York talk like this.
Yeah, I think it's easier to have a lot more people in England or in Australia that could do American accents.
Yeah, than the other way around.
Because they're inundated
with American TV,
American culture.
Yeah, but just it's fun. Or I think that happened with Tom Hardy and Venom too. He was going a bit too much New York over here.
Big question for you.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Wait, I got to take this tooth off now.
Fuck around.
I'm kidding.
Big question for you. Do you hear the Montreal accent in people? Because I can hear it in people.
Very much.
I know I don't have it, but I can hear it in other people.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it in myself too sometimes.
And I hear it in a lot of the radio guys here. If I tune in, and it's a lot of the sports guys too, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realize, I go, oh, that's the Montreal English.
I guarantee you that if you're in a cafe in Park X for 4 hours,
I start talking.
You're going to start talking a bit of
that
Parkese X.
Park X is different because it's been in me for years, so it escapes a lot.
But I hear, okay.
But the Montreal English, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's coming. Hold on. I'll give you an example of well, there's a few things. In Montreal, there's a French.
Yeah, it's very influenced French.
Even the English is influenced by the French language.
Yep.
So we will start English sentences with, like in French, we'll start with mais. So we'll start English sentences with ma, but.
But did you see this?
But did you see?
Yeah,
That's a Montreal.
That's a Montreal thing. Yeah, Montrealism. That's very good. Yeah. That's a good catch. It never. Yeah.
But because of the French influence. Because in Francais it's
moi je, me I.
Yeah, me I. These are Montrealisms. All dressed is Montrealism. Yeah, nobody calls a pizza all dressed.
Well, but it's not an accent thing. That's just
it's just a regional.
Yeah, but there are a lot of.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
I mostly hear it when I speak, obviously to people, but I hear it a lot if I tune into the radio. It'll escape the sports guys. They do it a lot.
Yeah, the letter P, because.
Yeah.
What's our friend there in LaSalle?
Instead of because.
Yeah, because.
Yeah.
I sound like a Montreal Italian now.
Yeah,
I've been here long. No, but for a while there, I was sounding a lot more American because I was in the States.
I have a weird accent. I
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
we all do. We all have accents.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is though. It doesn't fit in anywhere.
It's the Pantelis universe accent.
But even my French accent is weird.
No, but you're lucky because you speak French. He speaks French really well. My French stinks.
But I have a thicker accent in French. Like I don't have an...
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean. You have what they probably categorize as ethnic guy accent in French.
Yeah, I asked them about that, and they say it's different, which is what I hear too. It is different because of the words I use.
And when I speak French, because I'm trying to do it properly, I have a mix of ethnic guy with French from France.
Yeah.
So
I learned when I
people
first...
laugh.
My formative years learning French was from teachers from France.
So, well, so you're speaking it properly.
But the first time I got exposed to Quebecois French, joual, was in high school. So that's why my accent is all fucked up. Because for 6 years, you taught me one thing, and then you started adding different, and now we don't say that here, in starting in Sec 1, in grade 7. So I'm all over the place.
See, my dad speaks perfect joual. Because
Thomas says my French is more than correct. Thank you, Thomas. Fucking living it up.
Because my dad worked in construction, he speaks good Quebecois.
Yeah, your dad speaks French, yeah.
Yeah,
But Quebecois don't have a problem with understanding me. They say that they understand me perfectly.
Well, no, I've seen you do comedy in French, and they fucking ate it up. They loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Toka bec sit.
Ben, il faut que je parle un peu le français. You see, le parle, that's
the R's, I do the immigrant R's too.
Immigrant R's, is that what they're called?
Yeah,
je parle.
But I'm conscious of it. I don't have to say it. It's just sometimes it slips. I can say parle, but sometimes I say parle.
Parle.
Yeah, parle.
Parle. Hamburger. Oh, that's what I watched recently.
Yeah, dretla is what got me in trouble in high school. The first thing that ever got me in trouble was dretla, which
what
is
does
crazy.
dretla mean?
Dretla means
right over there?
Directly there.
Okay, right
but
over
when
there.
I asked the lady, I was looking for the classroom, and I said c'est où, and she told me dretla, and I was just staring at her. And I go, quoi? Dretla. And I go, madame, je comprends pas. And she's like, tu parles pas français? And then I was like, no, madame, moi je parle français. C'est vous qui ne parlez pas français. And she thought I was being like a kid. And I said, you don't speak French? She thought I was being an asshole.
No,
but I literally
honest.
thought she wasn't speaking French. I thought it was like another thing she was telling me. And then I got in trouble. And that was when I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, I really didn't understand. And yeah, I remember that. High school was weird, bro. I'd get in trouble. I'd get away with things that I shouldn't get away with. And then the dumbest things would get me in trouble.
Didn't you have a whole fucking army walk downtown once?
That's different.
You had a protest.
That's different. I didn't know what kind of power. I don't know what kind
big.
of power I wielded.
And the guy literally was like Braveheart, man, and he got a whole. Very funny.
Yeah, I wanna go back and talk to some teachers about that shit.
Mike doesn't sound like he's a French guy. He's perfectly bilingual.
He's one of the people that
Preach too is really, really good.
Preach I could hear it, but Preach is very bilingual too.
Yeah, but
Preach
you hear it. I get it. Mike,
I hear it in English. In French, he's perfect.
I swear to God, if you would have told me Mike doesn't speak French and grew up in Ottawa, I would believe you.
Who, Mike?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Perfectly bilingual.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
But that's why it works. States, Canada. It's very rare. Like I think he's been on TV in over 200 something countries. It's very rare to find people that they can do that. That's why he was telling me, he goes, dude, you should do a double album, French, English, he goes, and then do it in Greek. But in Greek, I would have to go to Greece.
You know, I've been on movies here where they do that. They'll film a mini series. Like they did, I was on the René Lévesque movie about René Lévesque. He was our premier that wanted to separate, blah, blah, blah. He's a big icon here. They would do 2 takes in English and 2 takes in French. So essentially, you're watching the same movie, but it's not dubbed.
Oh, I have to say one thing, because Danica says she still hears the Canadian accent in Mike, the Montreal accent she means. There's only one word that every time I hear Mike say it, I hear the accent, and that's pizza.
How does he say it?
He says pizza.
Oh, pizza, with a D.
But that's how, in French, they go pizza.
Oh, he still says pizza. He doesn't say
says
pizza.
Pizza. I say pizza.
I say pizza.
Yeah, I say it a very American pizza.
And he says pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
Like avec c'est pizza.
Yeah, that I hear it. When he says it, I hear it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he aware of it?
I don't know. I never cared enough to tell him. But
we brought him to Fugazi Joe's Pizza once.
Yeah, you brought him to. You brought all of us to fake Joe's Pizza.
Joe's Pizza.
You guys want to try a real New York pizza?
No, that was Massimo
Joe's
that found
pizza,
it. Yeah, but Massimo
Joe's
found it.
Massimo found it. He said, "Yeah, let's go." Joe's. We went. What is it? Joe's, real Joe's. What the fuck was it called?
Famous Rays. It looked like a Famous Rays, but of Joe's, which I've never seen that.
So, anyways, we show up there. And he's like, this is authentic, bro. This is the real Rays or whatever the fuck. We walk in, it's all Algerians.
Yeah.
Running the place. And I was like, this is authentic Italian. He's like,
was
I
not.
don't know.
No, that was in Chelsea.
Yeah, and then they asked, where? Do you remember? Because I bought pizza for everyone.
And he wanted your pin. He
goes, give me your pin number so I can put it in. I go, are you fucking joking? I go,
the guy literally, with a straight face, was like, how many times does he get away with it?
Yeah.
He must get...
I go, it's not going to happen. I go, and then he's like, well, I got to put it in here. I go, okay, I'm coming back there. And I went into the kitchen.
He went in back of the counter, and the guy was looking at him like he was infringing on his privacy.
Yeah.
But he had no problem asking for his pin number.
Yeah, he was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I'm not going to give my pin number. I'm going to come in there and push myself.
Yeah, good time.
It was Algerian guys running an Italian pizza place asking for my credit card pin number.
Put the word Joe's there, and it was not a Joe's, and I feel bad because Joe's is delicious. It's where Spider-Man works. You remember?
That was and then someone remember the guy with a bicycle outside? There was a guy with a bike. I think he came
things were getting out of hand, and that's when we said, let's get out of here.
Yeah, and I think someone, I don't remember if it was Massimo, you or Mike, someone banged on the window, and the guy got startled and dropped his box.
Correct.
Yeah, but I remember who it was. I don't remember if it was Mike or something.
But
it wasn't me.
something happened.
Something happened. Yeah, the guy was being annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. The guy was... that's...
Yeah. That's very weird, guys, Christopher says. Yeah, of course it's weird. He asked for my fucking PIN number, so I didn't give it to him. Because he's like, how are you going to pay for this? Like, well, I'm going to come back
when Pantelis said no.
Yeah, I said no. And then he's like, oh, what? I go, who the fuck asked for the... Do you know how PIN numbers are supposed to work? I don't just give it to people.
2536. Give yourself a tip.
Give yourself a tip, yeah. So I walked behind, and then he got offended. But he just had his arms out like this, because what's he going to do?
You know what? I didn't ask about this in a long time. How's the COVID situation in New York? Because wasn't it the nucleus?
I don't know. They were having... While we were under curfew, they had that Times Square shit, so I don't know. You tell me.
So they had the ball drop in Times Square and...
Yeah, CNN was there doing all kinds of stupid CNN shit. Aren't we kill dudes? CNN apparently fell for a lot of those fake tweets.
I love when that happens.
CNN, during New Year's, had back-to-back. They say how much they love CNN, but I don't know if they did it themselves, but literally it was... One of the names was Bend Over.
Yeah, I love when that happens.
Anita Cock,
Yeah, I love when that happens. When they were announcing the, we have in fact, De Niro did it on Saturday Night Live with the Taliban names.
Yeah, the Taliban names, yeah.
We gonna crash or terrible.
Yeah, Biden gave up. Biden said, because people are like, you said you have some kind of federal plan for COVID, and he goes, that's not a problem. It's not at the federal level. You're gonna have to deal with it at the state level now. Like he's like, there's nothing we could do.
Wow. The leader of the free world just said it's now provincial, basically.
Yeah, basically. But that's something that should have been implemented a long time, because they were getting involved in state matters and fighting with the states all this time. And then now they're like, we don't know what we're doing, so just handle it how you
they wasted all this time is what you're saying.
And money.
They could have done it then.
Jean Simon says, Guido definitely grew on me. I will say something. I'm going to be honest here. Guido grew on a lot of people. Guido was once, when we first started introducing Guido into this universe, hated by many because they didn't understand him. They didn't get the quirks. It was very different from Poseidon. People were like, who the fuck is this? And then they realized it's just who he is. It's Guido. He's legit. Because they thought you were putting on an act sometimes.
I'm not trying.
I'm not trying. This is real Guido. And then they all start to like you, because then they're like, oh, fuck, that's just Guido. People thought you were putting on an act because you were so different from the rest of us.
Oh.
But that's why he's
almost
here.
A compliment.
Yeah, we're all different.
But I will say that a couple of months ago, I was medicated and not really myself. That's the furthest I've been from myself.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's why I kept saying, you're not the Guido I know, but now he is the Guido.
Yeah, I'm back, and I'm missing toofuses.
And Sherry says we're right on point with exactly what you said. He realized he can't manage it. He's like, oh, okay, you just take it over now. After I fucked everything up.
Wow.
But, not that I like him. I think he's a buffoon. And he was a big racist, supported a KKK guy. Biden's not a good person. However, I will say one thing.
He's acting.
He's not acting. He doesn't know what the fuck he is. But all of them, all the leaders fucked it up. Majority of the leaders fucked it up. So it's not just a him thing. All of them just panicked and...
Okay, now what about the Italian numbers? Wasn't that the hub, the worst?
At one point, yeah.
How are they doing?
They're doing better than they were then, but we understand it better too. Because the Italians were also the first people in the beginning that we thought we had to just put people on ventilators. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And we were killing everyone. Mm-hmm. You remember that shit? And then we stopped talking about it?
My dad almost needed a ventilator, and then...
Thank God he didn't.
Thank God, you're right.
Yeah.
there was a problem because they had to deliver the ventilator home because my dad said, "You bring me to the hospital, I'm going to die. Fuck off, leave me home." And then I think because he didn't get a ventilator, ended up probably saving.
Yeah, recovering. Yeah, but we didn't know that they weren't doing it on purpose. We didn't know at the time. It was such a scary thing. You know, the lungs were getting infected. People couldn't breathe well. That they thought this was helping, right? Like, let's just help them breathe. They didn't realize that when you don't need it, it was blowing out the lungs. And then they figured it out. They're like, "Fuck, did we just kill all these old people?" And then they started to backtrack. But it wasn't on purpose. Everyone was... That's the thing. That's the other thing. PTSD and nurses, dude. The past 2 years, bro. Especially
can't
here.
Imagine.
So they've been overworked and shit. They see people dying all the time. And that's why they can't take any conversation seriously. Because they don't care whether you believe, don't believe, you want this, you want... They go, anything you say, it doesn't matter. I'm still seeing people die. And
I saw 10 dead bodies this morning. What did you see?
Yeah. So anything you tell them, they go, look, unless there's actual tangible help... Like more nurses, more rooms, so I could calm down, try to take care of people. I don't give a shit about anything else. Like we're gonna see it in 10 years when they're suing the government. When the government realized that they pushed a lot of shit that sent more people to hospitals, they're gonna see all kinds of lawsuits.
You know when people come from their country and then because they don't speak French or something, they can't work in the hospital here? Why don't they call those people?
A lot of people don't want to go, but so Joel asked the question.
Yes.
How many viewers do you think are purely English and how many are French? So initially, the channel used to be all English. It was all people from, and it wasn't even Montreal. It was very few Montreal. It was England and the U.S. The U.S. was more than anyone.
Now, is he talking viewers and listeners or just viewers?
Well, he says viewers on YouTube. Listeners is all over. It's international.
It's different.
But viewers, that's what it was. It was mostly Americans and some few people in Montreal and England. Then everything started to change. I started doing the French cast. A lot of French people came to support, which is fucking awesome. So then the demographics changed a lot. Like if you look at my geo thing, Canada went up, and it was because if you look at French, it was Quebec. Bam, 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 bam. So that was fucking crazy.
A bus driver honked at you.
Yeah, a few times. So we have that, and then also a lot more Americans. So then the England numbers started, they were going up, but they were trampled percentage-wise because it was a lot of Quebec and a lot of Americans. And then now, I don't know if in Canada, I don't know why in Canada it wasn't growing, it was growing more in the States.
Well, good. But we want that.
It might have to do with Pantelis podcast and also 2 Drink Minimum, because 2 Drink Minimum had started at Compound Media, so it was a lot of tri-state area people that saw it first.
Right, so you have like Philadelphia fans and Connecticut and...
New York.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, that's all up there.
Yeah. So it's all people that when we'd go down to New York, do shows that they'd show up to. So it was, we built a good fan base. And that's the kind of humor I like New York humor, Boston, Philly. It's the kind of shit I like.
I love it too. And I hate to bring it up again, but how's our poor friend Anthony doing?
Health-wise, Kumi is fine, bro.
He's very funny.
Yeah, and Francis says, I discovered you with 2 Drink Minimum because of Mike, yeah. Yeah, a lot of Francophones, because they're not even Francophones, they're bilingual. Because technically I'm Francophone, you're Frank, because we could speak French. But these are people that spoke both languages, and then Mike started doing a podcast in English. So I was like, let me see what the fuck this is about.
Look, you go to a house in Montreal. It's not uncommon for the TV to be on in French all the time, and everybody speaking English.
Yeah.
Very common. In fact, we watch our hockey games in French here. We don't watch Don Cherry and Hockey Night in Canada. We watch our hockey games en français here.
Fucking Gary pushes this channel to people that he left behind in Belgium, and it's catching on.
We got to get Van Damme on here.
Oh, Jean-Claude.
Both of them, and Rob.
Oh, Rob Van Dam, yeah. Actually, I could reach out to Rob Van Dam because
he was on
Chris Van Vliet. No, but Chris Van Vliet had him on his show, so I can ask Chris Van Vliet how he got him.
He's doing a lot in the weed world.
But anyways, listen, guys. If you like this, you can subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about it. Share it. All the good stuff. Mr. Guido Grasso has his podcast here, The Intellectuals with Poseidon, every week. Comes out Thursday nights, 8 p.m. The premiere happens right here on the YouTube channel. During the premiere, you can chat with everyone. The chat is live, so you can chat with a lot of the people that are here on every show. Make friends. Also on the Discord. Connect online. It is free to join the Discord. Everyone's there. There's, I think, 900 people subscribe to the Discord. It's free. Go up there, share memes, meet up with people. It's a lot of fun. So check that out. Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where the exclusive stuff is. That's where the podcasts come out early. The new podcasts start there. And Patreon is the best way to support us because YouTube takes a lot of the majority of the cut, and they don't always advertise our shows to everyone. So check that out, guys. New episode 2 Drink Minimum should drop this week. We don't know yet if we're going to be in the studio together or if it's going to be one of those Skype episodes. Hopefully figure it out. Poseidon, he's going to be fine. I think a couple more days and he'll test negative and then he'll be back in the studio with us. So thank you guys for checking us out. Be healthy, be safe, try to smile a bit. I
can't smile. Picked up my teeth off the table.
I'm going to try my best to provide entertainment for you guys while this shit show is ongoing. And again, dates for the shows will go up for the live shows once we know what the fuck is going on. If we end up canceling my 22nd of January show, I will just refund everyone and you'll have to buy tickets to the new shows later. That's the best I can do.
Oh, I have a link tree at Guido Grasso Jr. in Instagram.
At Guido Grasso Jr.
Link tree for my shows.
Links are all in the description. Thank you guys and go fuck yourselves.
Thank you, Pantelis.